too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
And be
it just
like,
never
okay, I'll
ends.
be right back. And then it'd be like 4 hours later, he'd show up and be like, where's the
All right.
game?
We have like a recap on loop. John, if you have arrived
Yeah.
at this point, go back at 15 point,
And let me know your role.
For real. Damn, everyone's like super chilling coming in right now. We got Big G. He's over here still probably finishing his dinner. He's just like, I just need to be in.
Yeah. Big G wasn't even sure he was going to make it. And then he made it before Chad, who was like, I'm there.
Yeah. And I don't know. Did Chad said he was going to be late? I don't know what happened to him because he's been blowing my ass up. But he's not. He hasn't actually messaged me for the past 17. So that would be his immediate absence. Well, it's okay. How are you, Big G? Are you there? Do you want to tell us how your food is? Or was? Jeez, everyone's just muted. So sad today. Man, I'm just going to nuke everyone. Just be like, welcome, guys. Here's how it goes. We're not getting Darth, unfortunately, so he gave me permission to do a lot of cool things, but I told him no. So we'll see what happens. I haven't decided. Welcome. Welcome.
Yo.
I thought you'd noticed. Off camera.
Like that kind of stuff is cool. I always think about that because I'm like,
lots of fun. Exactly, right?
Like when I look at fighters and I'm like looking at their what they get after level 10, for example. Well, you look at their features and their class bonuses.
Their features. What assets they come with.
When you look at you just you determine that it's not quite adequate for what you really need to fit that hole you're missing. So no, like I was just thinking like like fighters, rangers, whatever, right? Like honestly, after level 10 really kind of start falling behind spellcasters. And so
unless you play a low magic campaign.
Correct. If you are only playing like a martial based campaign, then obviously fighters are king, right? Or barbarians are your top dogs, and then you have your like fighter rangers, which are really badass. But like for the most part, we're playing magical campaigns where magic is fairly top dog, right? Reno in a single turn can out damage deal Steve any day.
I mean, it also takes one wish to make them all weak as fuck. But no one ever does that in games.
How can this happen? Because I'm clearly not doing a lot of damage.
Oh my god, could you make a wish to make all magic damage in the entire universe half damage forever?
Yeah, you could.
This was before DM gave me like an OP legendary item, right? I was doing on average 30 damage per turn, right? Now I have unlimited, or not unlimited, but I have a fuck ton of bolts. So like the chances of me running out are very slim. So I consistently do 30 damage. Whereas you have resource economy that you have to keep track of with spells. But still, like a fight is done after 3 to 5 turns.
I do have to say, oh my god.
I casted like a level 8 spell last time and I only did 30 damage.
It happens. But Big G, what were you trying to say before you yourself out?
Because I heard some barbarian slanders.
I was saying barbarians are like in a martial only campaign or like king. They're the best.
Oh yeah, you just like take half damage. But my damage output is very maximized. Like it's like the highest that any like in roll that's the highest that you can go, and that was what I was trying to push.
For sure. I'm just saying, like, if you take like a ranger or whatever or anything, there's not much you can do. There's not much stuff after you get to level 10 or 12 that's like what I would consider cool or something you would look forward to, other than like, hey, I get another surge at level 18, like, sweet.
Oh yeah,
that's but a favorable thing, and this is one thing I like about Bernie, even though I do have some spell economy that I can do for versatility, is generally I know exactly what I'm going to do on my turn. It's just fire more arrows.
Sure. I'm just like, there's some players out there, i.e. me, that want a little bit more flavor, you know.
What more flavor do you need than flaming fires out the guy's ass?
Like, give me a little bit more.
We need a shopping episode to buy some spice so you can sprinkle on your bolts or something.
Yeah, make them sparkle as they fly.
No.
I wish that all arrows have a flavor, DM.
I'm more thinking like, you know, like making you feel powerful. I don't know. It's like how you can embrace like the fantasy, and you know, I think like I was feeling that when I was playing Chosen, like the cleric. Right? Like, I think you feel it a little bit more when you have magic powers. Or when I was Brock, right? Like I felt you feel strong as a barbarian. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. It just like I just was like, think like what would be cool if like we could like make more classes or like make something else that you can like grow into or specialize in.
And that's the goal. That's what we're working on. But
I guess that's why I do generally
go ahead.
Couple magic with my fighter class at all time, though. I guess to your point, Chad, is I always have some magic, because otherwise it gets pretty fucking boring.
Until I take it away, like the fire.
Yeah, you dig. It was a fun like 6 months though with that. I'll never regret that. What's up, Ian?
Fireball. What's up, dude? So good to see you.
Yeah, dude, it's nice to be here finally. It's been a solid couple weeks.
So, let us begin with a Darth abandoned us when he had 3 characters on the scene. So, that's going to be wrapped up in a nice little bow, and a pin is put in it. Darth and his allies are no longer present for questioning. They are not around for any inquiries. And you may tell Pa everything that happened, but by the time Pa opens his eyes, they're all gone. Pa, you arrive to be along a coast in which you'd rather not be because it's windy and you can feel it running across your shafts, and it is not fun. But you see your family, most of them. However, you notice that Sister seems to be, again, doing her own studies off somewhere necessary, and her bodyguard is defending many pebbles below and looking like he is losing the defense of these pebbles. From your perspective, for a lack of better information which you were not and have not yet been privy of. The rest of you understand a few things of your general surroundings. The portal is gone. Bernie may and could sense another, or you guys can use another method of transportation if someone chooses to. You have no fucking clue where any of you are. Not to say that you can't try to figure it out. And I blame you now. Good luck.
Heartburn attack. I love it.
My shaft is burning. It feels like there's wind up my shaft right now.
It's probably the dragon's breath that Darth's dragon blew at Steve because he insulted him. He started flapping his arms. You know that that's an insult, right?
Darth did that?
No, Steve did that. To Darth's dragon.
Steve again.
Steve is nowhere to answer for his crimes other because he's so far below. And he's kind of been in a pout, ironically. Steve was in a pout. He was like, fuck you guys. I don't want to talk to you. Like, it was a really good pout. It was a really fair. He had every right. He was totally just like blasted, totally demolished, absolutely brought some minuscule HP. And then he jumped off the cliff to survive and almost still got killed. And then everyone was like, whoa, is that Darth? Like poor Nana, you know, like in Peter Pan, but they were like, hey, Darth, what's going on? And forget that what he just almost murdered Steve after Darth's dragon, like, just shitted on all of them, just straight up. If you were there, you probably would have fell off your carpet there.
I fall off my palanquin almost every
hour. Yeah, palanquin, thank you.
Oh, yeah. So
it was a pretty solid hit. I felt proud. Oh, and go ahead, BG.
Steve like drifting away, and Big G was like, guys.
Yeah, Big G.
Steve is gone.
Like he left?
Where'd he go?
And he kind of just pointed.
No, I think he's
in the further like away and be like, he's gone. Big Steve is gone.
I guess Bernie will look where he's pointing. DM, do I see Steve?
DM, you like pulled me all the way over here last.
I know.
I don't know if that's still where I'm at.
That's what I was saying is that I ran beforehand and I told you it could be whatever. So what would you be doing? I imagine in your fit you would be like, I'm hiding. I want to see if they care, or I'm just hiding to hide.
No, I wasn't hiding. I'm pouting.
Your very. Fit, what would you have done in that moment? I just kind of ran with it. And
I told you I got in this boat and just sat there and like was like grumbling to myself, off. Like, oh, it started drifting off.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, guys, and they didn't do much to worry about that.
They don't appreciate me in the way that I provide for them, and I make sure I bring down the dragons. I protected that boy and made sure that he didn't get hit, and that the other boy, I made sure he didn't get hit either. I feel like after I charged in to protect them from a big old undead dragon, they
you realize that you are,
and then they befriend the undead dude. It's just possibly the worst experience I've ever been a part of.
Big G points out the end of the boat is like leaving your guys' eyesight as you hear like a.
Can't believe I left my fields and tended my gardens to come with Sister Fields just to get my ass started by undead dragon for them to be ungrateful for when I tried to take it out.
Dad, are you done winding down there? Are you ready to join us back up here?
I'm not your
otherwise
dad.
I'll come down there to be with you. Yeah, I'll join you on your boat, Dad.
I don't need you to help me. I just
Steve, come back.
I think he's got a brain aneurysm, guys. There's too much fat in his food. I don't know what he did underneath that dragon last time. He was under there for a while, guys. I think maybe he ate something he wasn't supposed to. Dad, are you okay?
Do you think he got like dragon madness or something? There was an episode of Ranger Ted about that. Like if you're around dragons too much, you can go mad.
Especially when it's on top of you. He must be really mad.
Is there a ore in the boat?
Of course not. Why would I have left an ore in a boat? That's ridiculous.
Of course you would not have.
Yeah, just like there's no carts and wheels with carts.
All right. How high up is this rock here from me?
40-50. Scalable, but 40-50.
Okay, let me see what my jump can do.
A 1 returns a negative value. Be warned.
You touch a creature, the creature jump's distance is tripled until the spell. Okay, so jump distance is tripled.
Michael Jordan, here we go.
tripled. So what's a full jump?
It's usually your so I'm gonna assume it's like probably 15 feet that you could do a normal jump, and you triple it, so somewhere around 45 feet. It's usually a long jump reference. It's my understanding.
Okay.
Not so much a. It's weird.
Are you trying to go further out into the water, or are you trying to get onto
No,
a
I'm
rock?
trying to jump on the rock from the boat because I realize
Okay.
that I'm floating out into an eerie, ghostly.
While you're floating out, still,
ocean.
I'm gonna cast a message at you, and then just say, "I still see you." In a very soft,
I'm gonna
creepy voice.
I'm gonna look up and just glare at you, like it's just the worst.
Do I hear
possible
him?
glare.
Yeah,
Or is
you
that
guys.
I
message
whispered
only
it
like
out.
one way?
I
You would
whispered it
only
and casted it,
hear.
but I
Oh,
casted it.
you would hear him whispering probably if you were paying any attention because he has to verbally still do it in a silent tone. But you wouldn't hear any response in that sense.
That's fine. I just had to hear that to be like,
Yep.
It's great, DM.
That's-
I jump.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wait for you to tell me what the distance is. I'm just gonna jump and try to cling
You
to the.
jump.
If I don't,
You bring the boat with you, like a snowboarder.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
kidding. Go ahead and give me a performance, and then an athletics.
Why do I have to give you a performance? I'm not performing. I'm just getting up there.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean I don't want to know how bad it looks.
Can I do a survival? And then
No, you're not
athletics?
trying to survive. You're trying to. I want to see how you look flying in the air after you jump with two bipedal legs, not sure what to do with them as you scale up 45 feet to land onto a rock, which your athletics will show if your knees break. Doesn't look pretty.
Doesn't need to look pretty. It just
I
needs
don't
to be
care. I just
functional.
want to make it
just
very
needs
clear
to
it's
be
not pretty.
functional.
we're playing a game,
Second
Chad.
message.
Use the rolls.
Ooh, that didn't look too good, Pa. Dad, I
Your
think you could have
son-
had better on that one.
Your son sees you.
I'm
You do like a
trying to
semi
be good.
corkscrew.
I'm not trying to look good. I'm just trying to get on the top of this rock here so I don't float out into the middle of the ocean. Alright? It's just so sick and
In the
tired of
distance,
this.
I just kind of hold my hand up to my ear, like, "Huh? I can't hear you," type of face.
So sick and tired of all these people judgmentally judging me for the things I do. It's just quite impossible to. And then I jump across as I'm yelling at the same time.
It's louder. Reno, he's back.
I cast friends on him and say, "Dad, did you miss me?"
You get advantage to it though. This is how kids do it. They cast friends on us all the time.
God.
Eh.
I can tell you, I very much so did not miss you or him or anyone here. In
You
fact,
Spartan
I'm
kid.
so frustrated. I'm gonna petition to Sister Fields, and you better not. You better hope she does not agree with me because she's your lifeline. She's the only reason y'all are alive.
Oh,
Sister,
but I'm gone and missing.
fuck you.
Oh, is he not here today?
Oh no.
No, he's not. And he really did say that sister's off doing what sister does. And I was like, okay. He straight made it. His words were,
I'm gonna stick
go
here
ahead.
until Sister Fields gets back, but I'll let you all know that I'm not gonna take on another dragon for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to let you do that on your own. I'm gonna sit back and watch, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, Steve, come help, because we need your help." And we were like, "Oh," it was like last time you needed my help, and then you let me get blasted by someone you knew. You could have told me.
Big G's gonna go up to Steve and give him a big bear hug, and then so he's like whole talk is
Like a
muffled,
compression.
and then he like while he's doing so, he kind of force feed him a little bit of meat.
But we didn't even
Yeah.
see him. We
It was-
didn't. You kind of just snuck off without us.
Yeah, we
You
all
were
saw
like,
the big
"Whoa, look at that!" And you're like, "Ninja," and then you just like got ambushed.
Ninja into an ambush. That's called skill. Claremont, it sounds like you got a problem.
Maybe I'm a little hungry. I'm gonna keep eating this. Yeah, Big G gave me here, and I'll think about it, and I'll not accept y'all's apology in a few minutes.
I didn't apologize. That was my brother you attacked.
Shut up, boy.
Don't be talking about my son that way.
Fuck around and find out when you mess with us.
Steve's gonna like start jumping around and be like, "Don't make me, boy. I fought a kangaroo once, and I knocked it out in one punch. And that kangaroo is younger than you. He's 1 year old. Don't think I'm not above punching a baby."
I won't even fight you, man. I'm just gonna call my brother back. He'll fight you.
Oh, gross.
You're all stuck here. So what do you do?
I keep grumbling while I eat the food that Big G gave me. Stuff in my face.
Better not be my food, boy. It's my food.
I believe it's your food. Big G's been taking it from you this whole time.
Look, get that back now. That's not right. You can't be taking my food.
I'll eat it and glare at you.
That's it.
She's gonna look very confused because those are just dragon meats that he just got from the ancient dragon.
That's right. I'm eating ancient dragon.
Jerky. Tough.
Asian dragon jerky.
Solid eat. So now that everyone vented, Reno, give me a Arcana check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. First roll of the night. All for them. Oh, it's gonna be a good night. Yeah.
Nice, guys.
I like it.
He vanishes. No,
Great way to start it.
This place is shrinking, if that makes any sense. Not in a visual, physical sense, but as in it is shrinking in existence. Zoning at your endpoint in an hour or so. I don't know why you know this, but you do.
I think something's forcing us out of here. God damn. It seems like
no, it's not forcing you out. It's either you do or don't get.
Oh, okay.
You could stay. That's totally your choice.
It seems like this space is shrinking on us. I don't know what that means, but I think if we're gonna check out that glowy thing, we should do it fast, and then try to figure out a way to get out of here.
Let's check out the glowy thing, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing bad ever happens in the comics when they look at glowy things.
Yeah,
Sometimes they get powers.
DM, did you put in my inventory the Leviathan key, whatever thingy?
Probably not. For reasons.
Do I just need
kidding. Yeah, I got you. I'll just make one. Yeah, just make one.
Okay. No. Well, I don't know how to make an item up, but I'll put it in my biography.
Here, I got you. There's a little plus on the bottom. 1 sec.
Hey Bernie, do you feel like this area is shrinking at all?
No, but I'm pretty small, so every place feels big to me.
I know, same here.
Don't worry, you're gonna grow big, boy. You just need to keep eating that food.
I ate some
think
bread
we should,
today.
Good, and I hope you pray to Lathander.
Yeah, his sister made me.
Do you think we should get some of that spear from Sister Fields and try to poke that green light for her?
Why don't we just have her do it? Come on, sister. Poke the green light. Lathander wills it.
Give me, Steve, a... You can either do a nature or a investigation check.
Or either. I'm gonna go with nature.
Okay.
Oh.
You feel the very force and pull and weight of what a endless fluidity could lead to, but you don't seem to figure out how to access it.
Boy, I found this key as I was, sifting through the bolt remains. Maybe you might be able to open up something to let us out of here with this thing. It says the Leviathan key. Also, I felt like if we were to get there, there's great riches on the other side. Maybe even Brother Fields is there. How about you give it a go, Reno?
What do you want me to do, Pa? Dad, what do you want me to do? You want me to put the key in somewhere?
Just investigate the key and see whether or not you can figure out how to get to the other side of whatever door it opens. I don't think it's like a physical door, but more of like a metaphysical.
Oh, sure. Hey, Bernie, are you gonna give me the key or something so I can take a look at it?
Yeah, I hand you the key.
Or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you hand it to him.
Hey, Bernie.
He flies
Okay,
away. I'm
go
just
for it.
kidding. Just go ahead. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
Oh no, that makes my life easier. Hey, Bernie, you're better with portals, aren't you?
You're
wanna
right.
take a
You
look at
said
this
that
with me?
I am the better student. You need help.
You
I was
are.
also going to say, Bernie, do you remember that company you own? It was a churro company, if you recall. You had a contract for it. We gave it to Eminem.
Oh
It used to
yeah, I
be
forgot
owned
about
by
that.
Leviathan, right? Leviathan churros before you purchased it.
Yeah. Do you think it's their key?
It must be a key to their warehouse. We could have so many churros. All the food must be behind the door.
Great plan, Pa.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Are
Are you guys saying that this churro is edible? Should I?
We could try
I'm
eating
gonna
the
lick
key.
this key just to see if it tastes like a. Does it taste like a churro? I'm gonna take a nibble at it.
Okay. Well, you put it in your mouth. It's filthy. Give me a con saving
Not
throw.
quite sure you should put that in there. I
Nasty.
found that in a pile of seagull dung. You just put
Oh.
excrement in your mouth. Not sure that tastes.
Does it taste like a churro?
Con save.
I don't know what it tastes like, so I can't tell
Oh,
you.
well, let me see the key. I'll let
Is
you
this-
know. When Bernie
is this
reaches out for
supposed
the
to
key
taste
so
like
he
a
can lick it.
Bernie con.
Steve looks at Claremont. It's like, that's your boy. You claim to have him as yours, right? That one's not. He's about three screws loose of a full set there.
Or you too.
Screws. Pretty good.
Before
what
I
do you mean
announce
roll?
the results.
What do you need me to roll?
Con save also
Con
because you
saving.
licked it.
Okay.
Oh
God.
no. No. At least you had a plus
Feel
4.
better? Could I
Holy
have
shit.
passed Presto to make it taste like a churro at least?
You don't need to. You don't need to do
Okay.
that. Reno begins he sticks it in his mouth, and when he pulls it off, he feels just like this mouthful of just dust. He can't seem to swallow it. He can't seem to spit it out. It's like weird, stuck, matted. He's failing the cinnamon challenge. And then Bernie goes and does a similar sense, but Bernie has had a churro. So he's not in shock when he puts it in his mouth. And he's like, oh, this is a churro. And you realize that it's a metal key that has this very nice, perfect kind of enchantment of lollipopsicle-like churro cast upon it. It must be linked to the Leviathan X Churro Company in some way, but where it truly goes is unknown.
Pa, it does taste like a churro. Oh my god, Pa, you could lose so much weight if you just suck on this every time
Reno
you're
starts
hungry.
to choke on cinnamon as it's like going the wrong way.
It's like dripping saliva after I lick it.
No.
Now, boy, can you take your heaving that way? I point over to here.
Reno starts looking for water, even though there's an ocean. There is no grass, so he's like, "Is this a desert?" And then he realizes his water is empty, and now he has cinnamon and no water, unless he drinks the salt.
Oh God.
Are any of us paying attention to him? As he's
I'm just
dying
tired.
over?
He's just like he's magic carpet, and everyone's just like, "Oh well."
I'll cast Goodberry. And, here, boy, take yourself some good berries. It'll help.
Oh. Okay.
It's a slow recovery. He'll get there at some point. It'll make sense.
These gooseberries taste much better than those churros. Thanks, Dad.
These churros are amazing, Reno. Oh my God. You gotta have more churro, dude.
All right.
That's a churro?
Now, Bernie.
I don't know if I want it more.
The point is, how to use that key to get to the Leviathan realm.
Yeah. So the answer is obviously 3, right? We all know that.
He's a genius, that boy.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So totally
And
makes
so-
sense. So how do you use that to get into the Leviathan realm with the key?
See, I'm the answer guy. Reno's the question guy.
So it takes
Well done,
1
boy.
plus 1. So I'll buddy up with Bernie. See, we're the ones. 1 plus 1 equals 3, and I just kind of like point the key somewhere. I don't know if it does anything at all.
So you're saying only 3 of us can get there?
Oh, well, I mean,
If
royalty
it's for
first.
riches, yeah, it's just
Stealing
us
fudge
3.
houses and our boy Reno there.
Well,
I'm sorry. Our audience is at an end. Unless you bring us delicious churros, you'll get no more answers from us.
Do you have a key that literally is endless churro, an endless churro stick, and you're like, "I want more."
I snatched the key back because clearly they don't know what they're doing.
No,
I'll take it over. I'll take it over to Claremont. Now, you seem like you're a sensible individual. You no. You need to take it out of my hand.
What were you saying?
Now it's magical. Now I think you just have to stick it in the air and then unlock something. But you won't have a bit of time with it.
It's magical, all right. You can taste it. It's magical. That's good.
Stick
I'm
it
gonna
deep
roll
in
an
there,
Arcana.
Claremont.
Do your magical investigation spell of sorts.
That's so good.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be
I'm gonna say that's a churro portal. That is for sure a churro portal. If I could ever describe one. I
Into
turn
the
it in my mouth,
churroverse.
turning a lock.
Reno, we have to get that key. We can go into the churroverse. Everything's made out of churros.
Oh, do we have a bag of holding? I need to get so many churros. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, we do not have a bag of
Claremont, can I try again?
Wait, did someone get it? Someone did get a bag of holding in the horde, the dragon horde, right?
I got a bag of devour.
No.
Something like that.
I don't think
picked
anyone
it
got a
up.
bag of holding.
I have the mean
No.
the instructions on how to craft one.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right. Okay,
he knows how, but he doesn't have.
No, okay.
I got
Ah,
a pellet of
ah.
still in it.
If I hold the key, what if I try to detect a portal while holding the key?
That's genius, but it's hard for me to let go. Maybe just for a moment. I
What
could... Okay.
Did DM? Did he get anything for his Arcana check? It was a 27. Pretty darn good.
Yeah, something magical's about it, but just thinking about it isn't going to tell you what it does.
is
You know that it's an endless infused, churro stick. You know that it's a key. It's a real key. You know that it's non-edible, but it is licking enjoyable. You're not sure whether it opens a literal sense or physical sense of a portal, or if it is that of just a key. That would require you to do more of an identifying like nature of such.
It is
Walk
a
over
portal.
here and try to investigate
You can open
the
this. You can do it.
dragon glowy head to see whether or not it may have a keyhole.
Can I cast Identify on it?
Which, the key or the head?
The key. Or is
Key.
it already identified?
This is a funny ass AI generation. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys something. Oh, interesting. You can cast Identify on the key. You may, Bernie, if you wish. Pretty good.
I cast Identify. That's how I do it.
If you want
This
to
is
save a
Steve
slot, I
trying to
can do it
kill
as a
Reno
ritual.
with cinnamon.
If you want me to do it, Bernie, I could do it as a ritual.
I already did it, man, as a ritual too, because I am the superior student.
Oh, sweet.
We were watching you for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you think we were watching him for 10 minutes for?
Like Reno was just
Alright.
like not paying any attention.
I'm still trying to work moisture back into my mouth.
It's been 10 minutes of him scratching runes in the dirt, and you're just like, what's he doing?
Meanwhile, I was singing the entire time while doing that. I cast Identify.
You even announce it. Oh, got it. Okay.
Bernie, what are you doing? Asking.
One sec. We're gonna go up down the list here, and we're gonna end up Bernie with his overall discovery. We are going to begin with Steve. As you walk up to the what looks to be that of, it's not so much of a dragon, but a serpent, a worm,
Yeah,
a monstrosity of certainty.
Totally.
As you notice that its eyes kind of have multiple focuses. What I mean by multiple focuses, I don't mean so much that it's looking in one direction, but as if each eye has a different purpose. It does something. You can tell by the way it's structured, the way it's directed. As a hunter, this matters to you because you need to know what your target is looking at and how to stop it from utilizing its surroundings against you, as any good hunter would know. This would be the kind of big game you would love to have hunted. Maybe not alone. Maybe if you knew you could with advantages, but this looked like it would be a threat. Still could be a threat. It is dormant. It is not dead. It is not fossilized. It is not captured. It is resting. For whatever it yearns or whatever reasons it lives, its purpose at this moment is not to do such things.
Hey, boys, you mind if I try something real quick with that key?
I'm in the middle of casting Identify, but
Oh, that's right. I've been watching you sing. All right, my bad. You go ahead.
Does anyone pay attention to me?
You just kind of sing sometimes. I don't know.
DM, while
Yes.
they do that, I'm gonna cast Augury,
Ooh. Interesting.
and I'm gonna try to get an understanding on if we continue to stay here and interact with this entity, you know, what the potential result would be. And then I will also divine whether or not we continue down the path of this Leviathan key, like what I'm trying to divine what a better path will lead for us.
Okay.
Obviously that takes a minute, so you can continue, and I cast it as a ritual, so.
Yeah, as you're casting your own ritual that no one is paying attention to, as the common theme is. Bernie, you begin to identify this, and you understand this. I want to make this very, very clear. The first thing that appears to you is a snout, a big grin, a real happy kind of full belly manner. Oh, my spork, this is going to be nice today. And you feel and hear almost the thought of the first enjoyment of what a churro experience was like. Oh, I thought of this kind of cinnamon spread out with this kind of bread and with this old fellow might be one thing. As you smell this kind of faintly burnt sugar and salt water, with a little bubbling happening in the background. The wood that you imagine before you is warm, but not from a fire. From this memory of a deep oven beneath tectonic shells, there lies 2 cooks. One, a very boorish-looking individual, massive, very grape in stature, but tall, about 12-ish feet or so in all. A boar on 2 feet, and on it they have a little placard before them saying Hamilton. Next to them, in a perfectly little chef suit with the chef top hat and all the grandeur of a proper man, is a heifer. And on it, you see his placard, and it says March. Before each of them is what looks to be the exact same churro. As you have this vision, you realize this information. It is not merely a key. It is a fragment of culinary domain, a license, a lineage, a sigil of contrast carved into pastry wood. Sorry. You hold a churro stick listing key, a bound relic, last registered to the Leviathan Holdings Sweet Branch Division, custodians of the final spec. Last authorized vendor, Mithro the Dozier, deceased, pending reauthorization.
Oh shit. Guys, I own this. This was owned by Leviathan. It's part of the Churro Empire. It's mine. My power grows.
But remember, it was me who found it, so it's mine.
Yeah, we'll give you a
And,
churro finder's fee. This is mine. I should have been handed over when I bought the company.
My boy. That's my boy. That's a smart.
It's a
which is my
key.
point.
I'll
It's a
take
key to the divine
royalties.
power of the churro. That's why
So-
it always tastes like churro.
I'll take
Here's-
royalty fees up until the point you pay me back $1.5 million gold. And then
Bernie, do you want this to
We're
be
good.
meta, or do you want it to be private on how the key works?
I guess it could be meta. Like, we don't want it private all the time.
Yeah. It's meta. But only Bernie's young mind cannot possibly explain any of this part of the key. I guarantee, and like, there's not a part of Bernie I've seen that can make any of this information clear to you guys at this immediate point. But Bernie can figure out the words later. When activated properly, you know it must be placed into an ancient fryer basin or slotted into the sigil oven of the world maw. You have no fucking clue where either of those are, but one of them must have been owned by Chosen and the other must have been owned by Hamilton. You can imagine where one of them would be easiest to find. Secondly, when it's used, the key reawakens a franchise contract sealed by primordial leviathans. It was not owned by giants, it is managed by other gods who know the value of churro.
See?
What's
it
such?
should have been fucking handed over when I bought Leviathan.
When used in one of these 2 locations, I won't go as far as to say it really matters. It may give you initial favor of whose, friar you choose, so to speak. And it is a summoning jurisdiction. The moment it is used, you are called into a contractual court. The plane shifts, and a rightful licensee of churro creation under the Leviathan Concord is drafted. With it, Bernie may then at that time decide who be named holder of this contract. You can choose yourself and or any other responsible being you choose. They do not have to be aware. They do not have to accept. It just has to be named. The general setting, the local planar rules bend to accommodate the culinary alchemy of the churro. So if, let's say, you found this key and the churros didn't already exist, you would basically be the creator of the churros in the plane. However, you are not. But you do understand where they are from. So with that, you are living on through a legacy that you did help create. Otherwise, old rivals will begin to harass any and all estates owned by the wielders at the time then named of the churro license. We're talking about the Glaze Pact, the Funnel Cake Rebellion, and the Dustless Benet Circle.
Dude.
So
I can't wait to be part of the pastel wars.
oh, it's bad. Chosen and Hamilton were the chefs of all creation, and then they both dipped. One got murdered, and then Chosen just vamped. So everything else is now left into a vacuum, and Churro is the holy grail. With it, there's Churro Judge begins. The Churro Judge Council is also then created. You do not own the council. No one controls the council, but the overall audience. If you guys have ever been to a tamale festival, that's what the Churro Judge Council will end up being in the future of all things. If you have never been to a tamale festival, go to one. They are so much fun. There are like over 50 to 150 different kind of tamales you can try. It's crazy. And then they do a judging thing. It's so much fun. That's where that came from. But anyways, that happens. That's the general meta knowledge. Once this key is actually used, a whole can of worms open. A whole nother path of issues, a whole bunch of curious minds. People have been looking for this for a while. Even though ones held the thing, the Leviathan Giants might have just added that name to their title because they actually didn't know how to activate the license. Now that you understand, the holder is technically dead and still registered.
Cool. So when we want to start the dessert wars, we got to quest over. Bernie doesn't know any of this shit though.
Yep. This is pretty much what you gist from it as Bernie. That's the most important part. Whoever held it last is dead, so you definitely could transfer the power.
The churro stick. Listening key. Yeah, I guess I would just be like, you know, continue my tirade about this should have been handed over, but it's some kind of contract or something. I don't fully know how it works, but it should have been.
Anytime you've got money and we don't know what to do with it, call Eminem. That's generally what we do.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Eminem.
Oh, here's that rock.
As you go to throw the rock in mid toss, it's like.
Well, pick it up, huh? I gotta pick it up.
You gotta pick it up.
Throw it back.
He picks it up to throw it back.
My boy, this is a real moment. Throw it back.
You see them playing catch.
Oh, I forgot what we were doing. Throw it back one more time. Hello?
Oh, hey guys, this is Eminem, and it sounds like you all got something. I heard something like Eminem is the best ringing in my ear, so I thought I'd call.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Eminem is a pest. You're right. We were saying that.
Yeah, I think you got some wax in that ear because I said the best, but we're gonna go ahead and waive that one.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that's what I said too. If we could just talk about with this really important contract that you signed up.
Oh, I love contracts. You know what? I just recently hired a new fella, and that's gonna raise some fees. Just saying to accommodate theirs, I really don't want to have to dip into my own cushion. You understand how business works, right? Eminem makes it happen. I make the money, you know, and then I don't like sharing my part of it, so I just kind of take it from other people to make sure I accommodate the rest. How's that sound? Is that okay with you? It's a great contract, writer. It's gonna be great.
Reno. Sorry. I heard what you said, and
you said we know, and that sounds like permission to add the services. You got it.
Over to it's for you.
Bernie will take it.
You need 911? We have premium services for these kind of things. SOS is going to be there.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's only a premium against you guys after the royalties come in. I promise. 50% off the top. Nothing crazy. Some places charge 70.
Deal?
Bernie will take it. I don't know who it is. And then Bernie will be like, "Hey, Eminem, just a quick question for you.
Alive, great. This is the child, right? Okay, just
yeah. I'd like
this call is not recorded.
The one that you've got the contract with. You know my name?
I knew that there was talent acquisition with an underage youth that I think your pa left out the name of, so I could fill it in with anything. I could fill it in with click.
What a
Did he
dick.
hang up on you? What the hell? I
He
mean,
doesn't
you
even
had
know
that
he has a
contract
contract
before I
with
hooked
me.
you.
Well, guys, I guess we don't owe him anything.
I guess that's true. But that's nice, at least. Did he tell you how to use it?
No, he hung up on me.
Oh, damn it. He's usually the solution to everything. Well, okay.
It starts ringing again.
He always does that. It's just a toy or something. I don't know.
Bernie, if you hang up on me again, Eminem.
It was you. I came to a revelation, and then all of a sudden, just bloop. What happened?
I think you're lying to me.
I think you're lying about me lying to you.
I don't follow your logic, sir.
Give me an insight check through the phone.
Bernie doesn't
Through the
even want to
phone.
try.
You don't even want to try. You just
wants
don't believe him.
to stand on anger.
Okay, you got it. You got it. He goes, look, here's what I came to realize is that we have some open negotiable opportunities to relabel who we say is responsible for the problems that you all keep causing. It'll reduce our labor fees and allow us to take a tax write-off. Means more money.
I like more money.
But why did you call?
Do you understand what
I
he's
called
talking
because you said I was great.
I never understand what Eminem's talking about. That's why I try to hand it off every time to another person.
Oh, yeah.
It's more money
Yeah, I
services.
just wanted to ask you about the key I got that supposedly, like, allows me to, like, own the churros kingdom
So you
or
just
something.
found a key and you just think it lets you own churros, even though you already got the churro contract and the recipe.
No,
and
this
the
thing
sealed
says, like,
envelope.
legitly, like, something about, like, a custodian of the final spiral. It's like, should have
Final
been
Spiral.
passed to me when I bought it.
Oh, that's like the ultimate cooking episodes, but deep down under. You know, there's these things called the Garanthic, and I think that's what they're called. Something along those lines. And there was this one that was part of them named Hamilton Fullbelly. Well, he was murdered by this white goblin fellow folk named the Albino. Had some red eyes. Anyways, point being, this guy had this spork that when you put it in a pot and stirred anything, that shit came out perfect. We all think it was mastercrafted, but he believes that he was the only one who could wield it, and he was. Then came along this little fella, not nearly the same size as him, named the Chosen. Really, it was Galen Marge, but no one really knows that detail, so keep that in the record books. And then he just threw some sugar dust, I think, after grabbing some kind of mistaken fairy or some bullshit, and then, bam, called it stroganoff, and then realized that it was more of a dessert pastry than it was a meal, and then said he would call something else beef stroganoff to make up for the mistake. That's how it was, at least in record history keepsakes. And then, when he came out with it, these little kobold assholes tried to steal it and take him to court for it. And then it got real cloudy into the murks of things. And then when it finally got passed down, well, he was never seen again. And then these massive giants came down and said they were there to pick up a delivery they were promised from 3 weeks prior about being 10 barrels or something full, and no one had them ready, so then they just took everything.
That was a cool story. Now
you got the paper that says you have it all.
Sorry,
Now you
bro.
have a key? I don't know
Yeah,
what you're talking
it's-
about. There's
it's
no
like a
key in that
key.
story. Do you see what I'm telling you?
I'm telling you, I
The
cast
spiral is in the
identify,
story.
and it said it was like owned by this guy like Mirtho the Doseer or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's a Leviathan.
Yeah, I bought the Leviathans. Are we talking in circles, man?
No, the Leviathan giants are giants that claim they're disciples of the Leviathans, but the Leviathans are, you don't fuck with Leviathans. They're like dragon status, but big
My boy
and spacious.
owns dragons. He owns Leviathans. I don't know how you did that, but I'm not even into slavery, but I'm cool with this. That's a good
I don't know
move.
how Leviathan's got it, but if you're saying you got a key to the spiral, then that means you've been invited to the top
Excuse
chef.
me, I found the key. I'm the one that owns them. He just was the
Who-
one that was
I
identifying
hear
the key.
a bit of static. I don't quite. Is that wind? It has an odd voice to it.
I know.
Yeah,
it
don't listen
tickles
to my
my
manservant.
that wind.
A bolt flies by your head.
Big G, you got to get in there. What is Big G doing all this time?
She's just eating the whole
You-
time. She doesn't really understand anything that people are
You're
talking
you're
about.
through a good third of your first set of rations.
Oh yeah, how about those giant dragon meat that you cut off?
Yeah, a third of your first set. You got like 6
Oh, God,
series, but
okay.
you know you're munching. You are told, Bernie. He goes, look, here's what I'll tell you. Bring it by so I can actually see this key. Maybe lick it because he said it tastes good, and
Yeah,
we'll
it tastes
see
like a churro.
what it does. But I'm gonna have my friend come by. He's like antiquist, they call themselves. So let me know when you'll get here so I can make sure they're here timely.
Okay, sounds great. We're lost, so it might be a while. Anyways, bye.
Kind
And
of
he clicks. I guess for now, Bernie will give it back to Steve and just say, "Hold on to that for me."
Or if you guys are willing, maybe I could try something with that key.
Always.
Shit,
really.
why not? And I pass it to him.
All right, throw it in the air. I'll get this. I can do it in one shot. Pretty sure. I'm fast on the trigger. Go ahead, throw it in the air.
I already did. It hit you in the
Oops.
face as you were saying that.
Ah! All right, let me try again. And then I cast animate objects on it.
Okay. You animate this key. It's like it kind of has this natural porous
I
kind of like.
haven't really done this before, so I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna have much of a personality or if it's just gonna be like my unseen servants that don't do much of anything. Let's see. Key. Find the hole, the keyhole that you belong in. Is it flying anywhere? Is it going?
It's kind of like it's going around. You see like spores
Oh shit!
from the
It's
churro
moving.
dust.
All right, key, pause. Oh, hold up, key, hold up. All right, is everybody ready to move? Cause this key looks like it might be moving.
Cool, let's follow it.
Follow that key wherever it goes. that's a saying.
I'm hoping by this point Steve is done and he's like ready with his augury.
Oh yeah, did you?
Let's take a hiatus real quick. Let's take a hiatus real quick. Very fair point. Steve, let's go back and visit this augury for a quick moment. What is it in which you chose to try to receive in the sense of an omen? Like what? Like when you cast this, what is your thoughts? What is the bounty?
I just like I said, I wanted to determine what was the best course of action. Was it to try to fuck with this dragony thingy to like find our way out, or was it to follow the Leviathan key to determine like is that a good way to go, and to just kind of get a good, it's like get a good omen, bad omen, what it would like to get the feels from either route, because it feels like there's something to be done here. There's also something to be done following this key.
You feel as if what was here was dispersed and interrupted by force, and a new time has been set. You feel as chasing the key, it's a trivial that is in the harder range of trivial.
Meaningless, but much harder than what we could be doing right here.
Yeah, this one is more of a patience game, and you can force the time to erupt. The other is more, it could be a cakewalk, or it can go all kinds of backwards. I really don't know how you guys will handle what you handle. You're all your own kind.
Well, after some thought, I'd like to give you my honest opinion on which way we should go, if we should continue to try to find our way out here, or follow the key. And after much deliberation, I think trivial and hard is the way this group goes. So the key it is.
How does anyone
Okay.
respond? Oh,
I'm down with that. I'll
It
follow
sounds
a
like
key that tastes like churros.
it sounds like Bernie, you have no clue where this brother Fields is, and maybe
Nope, not at
because
all.
maybe on our travels to this Leviathan thing, we might stumble on some clues. And since Sister Fields isn't here, I'm gonna make an executive decision on her behalf as her wall of object catching for her.
Yeah,
as
between
she-
you and me, like, if she can't hear us, it's kind of like she has been checked out this whole quest anyways, right?
feels like it really, honestly, I don't know if you heard, she says that I'm not like her bodyguard, but more like a person that walks out in front of things to ensure that she doesn't get hit. And that just
pretty
didn't feel really
mean.
nice. It really hurt my feelings, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. I can tell you that much. Almost
Reno,
cried.
do you have any quest? I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
man,
now
don't
we've got like
cry.
the churro key, or we got. What do you got, Reno? Is there any quests that you want to do?
I got
Churro
nothing.
key?
Churro key is as far as I got.
Big
Right,
G.
Big G? We've got no other things kind of tacking on. I mean, every now and then Sebastian comes along and Trick tries to get us to do stuff, but other than that, haven't seen him for a while.
You just want to eat all the time. That's all. Big G's
Well,
happy
I can
when
tell you,
Food is the cause. We could just be
I've
eating
had-
food. I don't know why we keep doing this adventure and stuff instead of just sitting at a table and eating. We could be
Big
eating
G
all
likes
day.
that idea.
have you had it?
Let's go Leviathan.
The Leviathan churro, like the real meal deal. It's like the most incredible churro you've ever had. In fact, there was one time I had a nibble of an original churro from, quote unquote, potentially the chosen himself. Now, I can't corroborate that story as it was given to me by the church, but they said the crumbs of the chosen would allow for me to feel blessed. And I can't tell you that I was feeling blessed, but I can tell you that that churro itself, that crumb, was the best thing I've ever had.
it's like you made one massive churro and they coveted it forever by shaving it.
Exactly.
Body of chosen.
Sounds crazy.
Oh.
I can
Like,
almost say that if we
dandruff
could bring
flakes.
back Cheers to church, it's like 30 brother fields.
Whoa. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
really
and
like
if we
the
can
key.
improve our.
I think it kind of made me choke a little bit, but maybe the original's better.
Then you got a big old mouthful of the cinnamon, and that'll do that to you. You got to get some of that sugar in there too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let's go get one. How do we use this? Oh, Claremont, is that key dancing?
Oh yeah, we can just follow the key wherever it goes.
All right. Hopefully, it doesn't go in anybody else's hole.
Oh,
I mean,
don't go in any of my
let's
holes,
follow
kid.
it.
I follow the proper way. Find your keyhole.
All right. You guys follow it for a cool bit. There's an entire journey in which you follow this key through the wilderness of mud and gator teeth and lily pad hopping and mountain climbing and the desert winds and Arctic thunders, and after just 4 hours of travel, you get 1 point of exhaustion. Do you wish to continue?
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounded
This
like
is
a
the last
magical
one.
story. Like I wanted to see the montage of this floating key.
Yeah,
And
where's
You'll
my
see it.
video? Where's our
You-
video?
you- You'll see it after because it's in rendering live right now.
Hey, Bernie, are we gonna go through the candy cane forest too?
We'll see.
Are
It
you
I
depends
don't
if you get
giving
know.
us-
exhausted
The
before you
churro
get
key
there.
will take
By
us
the
to
way,
wherever it
are
wants.
you giving us the exhaustion, or do we have to put it on
No,
ourselves?
put it on yourselves. This is
How do I
a
do that?
self punishment. You go to your character. If you're using the D&D Beyond sheet, it's the little buttons beneath your picture.
Hey, Big G, can you carry me the rest of the way?
I don't have a button under my picture.
See what?
Well, there's
Character
three,
Like the
sheets.
circles.
three dots on both sides, and if you
Yeah,
click
it's
one,
circles. Yeah, sorry, it's the little circles, the little empty voids. But I got you. Boop. Did it? Now you should see
Oh,
what
those? That's an exhaustion. Oh, I see.
disadvantage on
Yeah.
ability checks.
Very good. I've never had any exhaustion ever in the 4 years we've been playing. So this is
You
the
can
first.
tell I'm used to it.
Oh god, not exhaustion again. I played for a month and a half in this campaign.
That's the way to do it. That's how you
It
know
just
we're
gives
ready.
that added flavor. It's great.
It just no, it doesn't. Not when you're a terrible roller already.
Good point.
You all follow this key endlessly in hopes of acquiring the time to make things traversally easy. The key goes through odd locations and then finds this what looks to be bunker-ish nature of a building. It doesn't hesitate. It jumps up. It pops into the lock. It almost brute force. It doesn't even it just bam hits that motherfucking lock, and you see the lock just punctures, pops right through, and then the door open up for each of you, and it just keeps going like the little Pixar lamp, but cooler. And every time it walks away, it leaves a little fresh churro smell in your face for you to follow. You know it's going the right way. Now the problem is that amazing churro smell has a save that's too high for your characters because I said so. And so you blindly have been following it with the intentions of not paying attention to your surroundings. As you go down this very long extended hallway, lured to this churro dust, you hear a door before you be opened by the churro key, and it gives off the first eerie realization that you're no longer on a cliff. Before you is a door that has been unlocked, but is not yet opened.
Dark.
Who dare? It is dark. And hold on, sorry, only you and
Okay,
Vision have
it's
vision.
open.
There you go.
Good. Let's go in.
Whoops. Hold on, I'm trying to fix Claremont's vision.
Definitely going.
You see a busted looking kitchen that hasn't been used in some time. It's a bit run down, the conditions that it's in. Though it looks as if it was a pastry line factory and or purposed kitchen. The key sits in the center and begins to spin. You see dust spreading everywhere. And then something. Some kind of air vent, though not immediately knowledgeable to each of you, kicks in. There's a weird breeze. It starts taking the smell of the cinnamon through them. And the key ding, 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 lies dormant on its side. Magic be gone. And its nice cinnamon crustic smell faded. Off.
I find like ancient food that's still on the stove or
You
something.
see, in fact, no food. It is so oddly pristine
Oh, damn it.
in the sense of cleanliness that everything lying around was as if it was the last time something was ever cooked, and then they left it ready for whoever would take it over, and it never occurred.
Damn
Though
it.
you do
No
notice that off to the right, there are raw supplies.
Where? Where's those raw supplies?
Well, in all the boxes. And those raw supplies are enough to create a fresh batch of churros. I need everyone to give me a insight check, as the key now lies dormant, and you were all led into a kitchen with no immediate grasp or purpose.
Damn it. Where's sister
You
when I
then
need her?
hear all the door. You hear the door behind you locks.
Oh, so Big G's not in the room.
Well, Big G, you took too long.
Shit, what? A 20?
Dude,
Just kidding,
Bernie,
Big
you're
G.
so wise.
There you are.
I have
So
become
does
the
the
trail
exhaustion
master.
automatically take effect here, DM?
Say what, Reno? Huh?
No, it's only on
Oh.
saves,
Does the
not on
does the
ability.
exhaustion?
Right?
Oh, for
Oh,
saves.
Yeah, only on safe.
I thought it says
That's what I was-
ability checks.
What
It's
is it?
any
on
check.
ability.
I think it's any. Yeah, it's any check now. Yeah, it's anything. It's
Yeah, okay,
-2
so I
to
have
every
to-
roll, basically. Exhaustion is now -2 to every roll. It automatically applies it.
-2 to every roll. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
And already, so it's not a disadvantage. It's just -2.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, forget my second roll then. But still,
Yeah.
a 9.
Oh, I see it. That's why I
Okay.
was like, wow, man, why didn't I have a better roll? Because I was like, oh, I thought it was better. There we
Yep,
go.
yep.
Makes sense.
And that means Bernie didn't put his on.
I
Ooh.
did. I'm immune. I have been so exhausted in the past that
You're
this
good.
mere 1 point means nothing to me. I was -6
Now it's
exhausted.
-1. Let's see. So, with that, Bernie and Reno, oddly enough, you're the only two who pick up this weird noise. It's almost as if there's scuffling and chatter, as if there's sounds and purpose coming, leading into another place beyond where you stand in the kitchen. The two of you look at each other and share this sound as you both somehow find yourselves here, ears to the door, and then it opens and you see there is a small catch pocket in which you see another set of doors before you. The two of you feel the inclination to approach, but do.
Bernie, are there any traps in this place? Do you think? A place like this? I've never been into a place like this before.
So abandoned, absolutely not. 0 chance.
Mm,
Let me do
Okay.
a wisdom check.
Hey, but Bernie, you own this place, right? So go for it. Go
I
first.
don't own this place. I've never been here, man.
Oh.
Let me do a wisdom check, or I don't know,
Wisdom.
some kind of check about if I would, I guess, insight if I thought there'd be traps.
Okay. You got it. Go ahead and give. You can do invest. Ooh,
No,
yeah,
I do not
no
think there's
fucking
a
thought.
single
Hey,
trap.
Claremont.
Fucking
There's
care. Nothing.
Let's walk in.
Claremont, can you use one of your unseen servants?
Heck yeah. Go, unseen
Wanna
servant.
walk over there?
Send me in.
Open the
that
door?
Open that door.
I heard some sound over there. Claremont, maybe you could tell us what's over on the other side.
I'm going
Easy
in,
peasy.
guys.
Oh,
No problem at
Bernie.
all.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
Unseen servant opens the door. And then, wait.
As you step through, you immediately see that there is these odd kind of spiritual bodies.
What
Ghost!
They're all just kind of living their lives. They don't even acknowledge you guys in any way. No Scooby pause or no odd moment as Bernie kind of blusters for a brief period. And then everyone in the room, which is Poppy and Bernie, before Reno pokes his head in there, I need you guys to give me wisdom saving throws.
And as I'm rolling it, I'm going to say, Royalty is here. Nobility arrived. I expect you to turn around and recognize us. I say it to all the ghosts.
Oh, wow. Bernie, you immediately understand what they mean. Claremont, as you go, the entire room hones in on you and Bernie. You just feel this bunch of unsettled spirits, very angry, very pissed off. Claremont, you're going to be taking damage to open us up for this unique encounter. You're going to be taking 4d8 psychic damage. Your headaches are just incoming. And then on top of that, Bernie, you hear and you take half of this as you come to understand what they're saying. We've been waiting for our food. Feed us. Our sweet desires require victuals. Feed us all hunger. Your brains will be plundered. You guys immediately get shoved forcefully back into the kitchen, past Reno, and then Reno gets
man.
shoved And then the next
I
one.
wanted to cast Toll the Dead. I've never gotten to cast it.
That hurt. I think I got a headache from
You
screaming at
then
those.
see the door on the north side open up. And walking through in a spirit-like manner is an individual with crates. They're like,
There's
Oh.
ghosts, guys.
you must be the new
Big
chefs.
G, watch out.
You better start your cooking or the spirits are going to be angry. They'll end up having your mind for stew if you don't serve them their cinnamon sweet. I hope you all know how to cook, as we're not much help here. They just start dropping crates that obviously you guys cannot interact with. Apparently, this is like the previous period in which they are either stuck in, looping in, and or existing in. You are just in
We
a
got
very
unlimited
physical
supply,
plane.
is what you're telling me?
But you got to be able to feed the hungry. How do you do this?
I
How do you
am
break
the
up the
hungry.
team?
Okay.
You
What do we
said you purchased the rights to this churro. You must know how to make it like the back of your hand. How about you give us a hand on how we do that? It sounds like they out there need some churros. So Bernie, what do you need? I'm a great sous chef. I stand to the side ready to like.
I'm gonna need a
You know,
hand.
I own a churro place, but like I don't know how to make them, man.
Who the hell owns something and not know how to do the thing that they own?
What did Eminem call it? It was like entrepreneur? I think something like that.
I start looking around to see whether or not there's like any
I'm gonna need
recipe.
someone to help me with my pants. If
Yeah.
I got this, but I'm gonna need someone to help me with my pants to do this.
So, I'm gonna go get a beer real quick. But
You want me
a
to
quick...
burn them off, you pa?
You can burn them off, but I'm gonna need somebody to help.
This is called the Churro Challenge or Churro Trial. You guys must be able to first learn the recipe, which will be provided in a cryptic manner for you guys to be educated yourselves. Second, you then must be able to assign each other with the best entitled skill set to help do the necessary parts of the churro preparation. And then third, you must be able to create the most satisfying churros for the spirits to calm their needs, or else you will not escape. So, you are in your own overcooked scenario. You are trapped in the kitchen until your first churro was made.
Oh, great.
Once that
Ian
churro was
tries
made,
to get away from
you-
overcooked, and you bring him right into it. In D&D format.
No escape at all.
Once you get your first churro made, the clock's ticking. You guys will then have an unknown amount of time to serve the rest of the spirits in the room. I am not changing the amount in there. I am not changing what you saw in there. If you click out, you might still be able to see what was previously seen in there. If not, I will give you guys a chance to poke in later. Otherwise, you guys' goal is to figure out which color is the priority and which isn't, because the time will be against you. But the fun will only begin when you have figured out what you believe to be the recipe. And then we will see what the judges think.
Colors?
Chosen, prep your mind because we will need you for the judging panel. I will be Hamilton Full Belly, and you will be Gallant March when that time comes. I will allow you guys to discuss briefly, take a quick potty break, and come up with some ideas of potential things you think you may need for this churro trial. I will be right back while I get a beverage.
I was gonna try
Cinnamon.
and
We
cheat
go with
the trial, guys.
oil,
I
flour, cinnamon, brown sugar.
Well, I was just gonna fabricate
Water.
the ingredients into a churro, into like tons of churros. I don't
Do
know
it.
if he'll let us cheat that way, but it literally, it's fabricate is just a spell that lets you put ingredients together. But I think it's only for one
I
type
could
of thing
use
at a time. Let me see. Just cast it real quick. Alright. So I can convert raw materials into a product of the same material. So like, I guess I can't mix materials then, never mind. But if we make the dough, I can turn the dough into lots of churros.
There we go.
I think we can still find the
works.
recipe first and see what to make.
Well, he said
We're gonna
we
need
would. He said we would be given the recipe, but we would have to decrypt something.
Ooh.
So we'll see. We totally derailed everything that DM wanted to do to go chase
Yeah.
churros.
So now he's making us play Overcooked.
I love it.
This is payback.
It's overcooking D&D.
I mean, if you
This
wanted
is
to,
totally.
we could just all jump on Overcooked and just play together. if you wanted.
Yeah, that'll be a kitchen on fire right away. I do love the game. I try to play with my 4-year-old, and it's, he's like, it's on fire. I'm like, yeah, I'm playing with it on fire and winning. Okay, that is the hard mode. Like, that is like, there is no funner way. It's so much fun. It's a great game,
Dude. That is. It's not hard mode because you could play hard mode.
Yeah.
It's extreme mode. Right?
Mhm.
You're trying to play.
You're down a whole set of hands that just fuck up everything you do. Yeah.
Plus, also, like you have a player who is like a computer playing against you.
There's a couple times where I go, throw me the fish, and he's like, where, Dad? And I'm like, oh my God. And then he chucks it into the trash. I'm like, score. I love it when we lose money.
Redefining Hell's
For a
Kitchen.
second so I can wash a dish.
Yeah,
Please just
right.
move away from the sink.
I go, dude, just hold the button. I'm like, don't lift your finger. You're not washing them. He's like, Dad, I'm at the sink. I'm washing them. I was like, okay, you got this, dude. It's the best. So I purposefully avoid those levels. If it has the dish cleaning, which most of them do, I try to avoid those ones with him because I do have majority of the map on my own self. But I'm like, this guy drives me nuts sometimes. But nonetheless, you must discover the recipe first. Around the entire kitchen, you guys see the setup. You guys have all the ingredients. You do see a paper. Guess what, Steve? It's not in Draconic. Shucks. But it is in common, so everyone should be able to read it. Maybe not Big G. Otherwise,
That was the first thing that I asked to do. Do I get an advantage on trying to
sure.
figure out the
I'll allow you to. Yeah.
ingredients? Sweet. I had the brains. What am I trying to do? What roll?
Yeah. You can choose either a intelligence. Huh? It's an intelligence. You're reading a recipe. You either do or don't get it.
An investigation?
Yes. No. I mean, no. It's intelligence because it's a save. You're like rolling at advantage to really grasp it as you threw it first before you read it through. You're like doing a quick trying to get ahead because you said you grabbed it first, right? You wanted to jump it first.
No. I said I was looking for and trying to identify. I'm fine with that. That's fine. If you want me to, I mean, like that's one of my better skills. So.
Okay. Whatever you wish. You do investigation or intelligence, as you see.
Obviously, investigation is going to be better if you're giving me the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Claremont fabrication, what are you trying to fabricate? Real quick.
Oh,
He's going to fabricate.
To see if I could use fabricate to turn all the ingredients into churros. But
we were reading the spell.
You can't mix materials though. It's the same material. So
Mhm.
if I got dough, I could make a bunch of churros out of the dough, but I
So
can't.
he's gonna mass produce our churros rather than us hand folding them.
Answer's 3 though, just so we know.
So the answer is, how many do you fold at a time? 3 at a time. Okay. Okay, so you're going to be the okay. Yeah.
He's the churro chopper, basically. We send him the dough that we've done, and then he like takes that dough and goes and turns them into like tons of churros, and then we put them in the fryer or do whatever.
Okay.
Recipes.
And I also have a whole bunch of unseen servants that could do that stuff too.
All right.
But we need to find out what the recipe is.
All right. Here's the deal. I think I really have a good understanding of this recipe here. So first and foremost, we've got to make ourselves the most wonderful dough. I wish Sister Fields was here because she's really good at flour and dough making, bread making, if you will. This is a form of bread, so it kind of makes sense. But we're gonna make sure it has lots of sugar, lots of cinnamon, and it's friable. So, first and foremost, we need eggs, we need flour, we need cinnamon, we need sugar, we need yeast, and we gotta make sure this is the best damn dough that we've ever had. So I look at Claremont and say, get your servants going.
Now, as you state all that, you look over the recipe and you realize something quite interesting. Everyone has referred to such as the churro. However, the recipe, as you read it, says the scroll of sweetened spirals. Inscribed upon an aged vellum smelling faintly like amber and sweet sulfur. You read, to awaken the Leviathan's favor and craft the spiral of binding, one must stir memory and fire, balance dust and chant, and dare not skip a turn of the spiral. Only the worthy may devour the final ring. You see that there's multiple verses. The first verse before you, when flour meets the glistening yolk, beat it not as foe, but as an oath to the crust. Second verse, flame must bow but not roar. The pot hungers for shimmer, not scream. Third, coil the path like the great serpent did the world, tight even, without breaking the circle. Fourth, drop not with haste, nor delay. When the surface sings, you descend with grace. Fifth, dust with the blessed bark, grounded fine from trees who whisper flame to their leaves. Sixth, final, spoken with syruped tongue and pastry praise, sing the coil's name that it may bless your soul. These are the 6 steps you guys must add in. It's not about knowing how to make it. It's the way you handle it from every single step, and which one of you will fall best in line. First, you must figure out what each of these verses mean.
My ADD kicked in. I hope you all paid attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you post some, please?
I will. I was trying to see if any of you would rise to the, oh, I got this, DM. I totally memorized everything the moment you speak. I got you.
I heard eggs beat, fire, not roll.
So
Don't overcook.
So
Don't
consider
overcook.
this.
Check to see
Consider
if I
this when you
remember.
look at these. These are each a separate skill challenge. These each must be faced. Only one of you, sorry, how many? There's 5 of you. Only one of you may repeat one of these challenges. Otherwise, everyone should be doing one of them. On top of that,
And conquer.
Okay, all right.
on top of that,
Flour
people,
meets
as you
the
guys go through it,
glistener's yolk, beat it not as foe, but as an oath to the crust.
there is hints to each of these I will share as you guys choose to focus on which one first. There's a clue I will give, and then you guys
I
can
think
decide,
Big G
and
should
then I
do
can give
verse
you the
1.
group
He
of
wants
check.
Spoil
to
that
beat
path.
it, but not as a foe.
Coil the path.
Seems like we'd want our big guy beating the thing, right?
You beat it. I think Bernie
Verse
should burn it.
verse 3 is Dex. Verse 2, flame must bow but not roar, but hot hungers for shimmer. So either Bernie for verse 2 or Reno for verse 2. Yeah, Big G definitely for verse 1. Verse 4, drop not with haste nor delay. Sings you descend with the grace.
What's the last one talking about?
Dust.
I get the cinnamon dusting. What's the spoken with syrup tongue?
Seeing the coil's name, so performance.
Caramel.
So
You
like
gotta put the caramel on it.
coil's name that it may bless your
Man,
soul.
that's tough because Bernie's really good with
Caramel on
performance.
top.
Dude,
I think
give me
verse
that
I like
isn't
the dipping version
spoken with
instead,
syrup
not the-
tongue and pastry praise. Sing the coil's
give us
name that I think
performance.
isn't
How
verse
did
isn't
you
verse
sing it
6
back
like
to us?
isn't verse 6 like serving it and like praising and like talking? Like, I don't know.
It's not. Isn't that the caramel? I guess there's no
It
caramel
says
on it.
spoken with
Yeah,
syrup tongue and pastry
syrup
praise.
tongue.
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
they have to come together. It's gotta like lick the churro.
Ooh, I can do that one then.
Okay. All right. Anywho, Steve's got verse 3, coil the path like the great serpent did the world tight, tight even without breaking. That seems like you twisting.
Isn't that the one that Isn't that the one that's used for the unseen servants to do though?
Do they have the dexterity to do that?
I mean, they just
You
do
want
a
to risk
task
it?
again. You can do the
All right.
dusting.
Well, let's have Big G do verse 1. Let's start.
Okay,
Let's start and then go and
Start
see what
there and see if
Keep
we
in mind,
auto fail
boys.
already.
happens.
So keep in mind, you guys can use spells to help you.
Great.
Will be.
Okay. So you're gonna have Big G do what? Big G's just like, what?
He's gonna
I eat?
when flour meets the glistened yolk, beat it not as a foe. So, Big G, we'll need you to really get in there and make sure you mix that real nice like, but it's like your friend, and you're like really mixing it as if you really want it to be good and nice like your friend. So get after it, buddy.
Blast Big G with water. You gotta be clean if you're gonna be handling our dough. That's the rule.
Always
Clean your hands before you work with the foods.
Steve
Yeah,
goes over
Big
to
G
the
nods with
faucet and
confusion,
starts
but
cleaning his-
he started grabbing some flour and some water, I guess, some eggs.
Okay.
Crack them.
You start slapping everything together. As you go about doing the initial process, Big G, you realize as you put all these ingredients together and you put your hands, you start feeling it out. It's filling you back. I need you to either make a spellcasting modifier attack or a strength contested with your athletics.
Okay, he's gonna rage.
They told you to do it nicely, and then you
Reckless.
just go mad. Give us a description of how you go about needing.
No. He
Reckless-
was just like, why is it
reckless
fighting
attack.
back? He was like, whoa, okay, we're trying to fight right now. So he just kind of frowned a little bit. And he doesn't grow in size because he thinks he doesn't need to. But he definitely is like angry right now.
And you just say, "Ugh." Go ahead and give me that check. You see the dough, as all of you guys see the dough. Kind of pushing and pulsing. Ooh, you guys see Big G almost losing to this freaking thumb war of suction, and he's like, and then he's like, you see the dough relax, and then Big G, little parts of him that the dough originally kind of stuck to him begin to fall off and pelt back into the perfect knead, and then Big G goes, there, done. You guys chose a good person for the first step.
Yay.
Dude, Flame must bow but not roar. So I think Reno should be the first two. Reno or Claremont?
For what?
Yeah,
Flame
the
must
tuna
bow but not
activities is-
roar. The
Boil.
hungers for shimmer not scream.
Boil some water.
Okay. Boil some water.
Am I misreading that? Is that what it says, right? Basically, boil
Hungers
some
for
water.
shimmer not scream. I don't think
that-
so.
Let
No,
me
it's
just
boil.
put,
You don't boil water when you're making churros. It's all dough. Why would you boil fucking water, dude?
You
It's
fry
all
it in
deep
oil.
anything in
Isn't it?
your life, dude?
Yeah, you fry it.
Yeah, you fry it.
Boiling
It's oil.
Although
Oh,
you can cook a form of pastry in water. There are ones.
I eat food, boy. I don't cook food.
Reno, I think this is a good job for you. Claremont,
All
I
right,
think
I'll take it, I guess.
you
I'll go
approach a
up to the
pan.
stove and
Boiling
I'll.
water while you're all like, "This guy's an idiot," and then he's boiling oil. I got the
I'll get
water
some
right
oil.
here.
I guess. Do we even? Is there oil in this area? You said all the ingredients.
Yeah, you see oil. You go about applying it to the pan, and then you see
Yeah.
this fire appears. Hey, what are you doing? This is my pan. Oh. Well, what are you putting oil in there for? I won't eat it. You can't get shrunk.
Whoa! What? This flame can talk, guys. This is so weird.
Yeah, this is
I'm not saying much.
an
though.
eternal flame. I'm
What do you?
that of Ifrit, the personal chef of the Hell's Cooks. I am the ultimate temperature expert.
Oh wow. Can you control the temperature so that way it's
I would, but I wouldn't for
this
you.
this oil is hot but it's not like bubbling?
You see little flamey hands come and brush his nose. Imagine Callistifer, if any of you guys have seen Hell's Moving Castle. Just more deep voiced. And he's like, y'all just cannot come in here and take over our kitchen and think we just do what you need. We were once handled by gods. Not crumbs.
Oh whoa.
We're not trying to handle
I
you.
mean,
We're just trying to like guide you.
This one speaks and tells me to get it to the proper temperature. We are proper chefs. You do not even acknowledge us as such.
I'll give you some.
Steve starts.
Almighty
I'm
chef,
sorry.
can you
melting
please
out.
go to the right
Bees.
temperature?
Guest, be our
Yeah.
guest. Let
Do not insult us further. We are not guests to our home. You are the guest. And immediately fires a flame flicker in your direction. Who is standing next to
no.
you? No one. Luckily, no one is standing next to you. You take, no matter what, but you may give me a dex save to see if it reduces. As you see a flickering flame fire out, like a firebolt. And it goes toward our dear friend Steve. And yup. You pass. You take 7 points of damage, and then as it hits you, it's like, and it bursts out around you. But luckily, no one is within 5 feet.
You'll have to excuse
Well, I'm
him. He
boiling
wasn't
water.
trying to be rude or anything.
Insulting
Alright,
is all he
well,
was.
I'm sorry. It came into my head, and it was a good little ditty that I thought
Save
you'd
the ditty
enjoy.
for the final step, but do not use it out of place.
I know. My dad is a little weird sometimes. You have to excuse
Your
him. He
families
had a
are
hard time. He got beat up by one of our friends. He got squashed and laid on by a few dragons, but don't worry about him.
Your
How
dad. Not sure how many times do I have to tell you?
look, you see what I'm dealing with? I mean,
Denial is a common cause of
my
fathers.
dad, he disowns me every now and then. I mean, I'm heartbroken all the time here. Can you just help? Can you just help me out? I mean, I'm
Very
Steve
well,
just
then.
puts
Give
his
me a
knee on the
persuasion. Give me a
fire.
persuasion. Give me a persuasion at advantage.
Steve
Oh,
just
I
puts
should have
his
used
hand
this.
with his-
I have a little Callistifer thing right here. There you go. You know, you're putting your little food. You're trying to get cook oil, and it's like, yeah, fuck you. Just kidding. So go ahead and give me a persuasion and see if you get Callistifer to give it.
I think
Give
it's
in.
pronounced Calcifer.
Calcifer. I know, and mine's
It's been
Callistifer.
doing-
I
I
can't.
haven't
It's
seen
copyright.
that
I've
movie
already
since
been hit by Toyo Animation
2004, dude.
3
It's
times.
been
Okay,
21 years since I've seen
it's a
that
good
movie.
one. It's a great film.
Have you really?
Great film.
I
I
mean,
watch them
just
all the
watched
time.
it again
I saw
like
it
2 months
in
ago.
theaters.
Mm,
I saw it in theaters
that's awesome.
when I was 17.
Holy shit, that's OG. That's crazy. We'll definitely suggest jump on Max and watch these bad boys. They're all still great. Reno. I'm gonna roll against you because he really don't give 2 fucks about your problems, but you're bleeding the heart out here.
One.
Best friends.
Meets it,
with
beats
him,
it.
I do too.
Meets it, beats it. Well, I guess I could permit the optimal temperature this once. Do not quarrel with anyone else moving forward. This kitchen is alive and watching. We are not just the judge's favors, but we are important. And the
Okay,
oil
thank
begins
you.
to get to the optimal temperature. You guys hear a little splits from whatever dust or debris falls from the dirty ceiling and falls into the oil and gets vanquished as it touches. It is ready for step 3.
Steve, you said you wanted to roll that dough?
Not really at this point.
I'll do it. I'm gonna do it the magic way. Do we have a lot of dough now? Did Big G make a lot
Oh,
of
you
dough?
got so much dough. I am so excited for what you do with this dough.
All right, let's turn that dough into a lot of spirally churros. Perfect shapes. Just separate them out onto a bunch of cookie sheets or whatever they have.
You go to try to manhandle this churro base, and you stretch it, do kind of these weird things, and it's fighting you like Laffy Taffy without the laugh part.
Something
What do
wrong
you
with
do?
this dough.
Oh.
Can Big G help by punching the dough?
Yeah. I get my unseen servants to also go in there and grab it. And try and
Yes,
pull it
Big G,
apart.
please. Where is? Hold on, 1 sec. I'm gonna do this for you right now.
Steve might step in and start helping as well.
Okay.
The
You got it.
manhandling of the dough.
You got it. You got it. Okay.
Guys, you might
Sorry,
need to let that
excuse me.
dough rest or something.
Zing! You punch the dough. Give it to me. Boop. Punch it. Just punch it. Don't even ask questions. Just punch it.
Okay, Big G punch.
Big G
Punch!
punch. We
Unseen
thought the same
servant
thing.
punch too.
Your unseen servant's punch. Oh gosh, that actually hits it.
They're trying to pull it apart.
I'm gonna say that sadly doesn't happen in that way, but let's see what Big G does.
Big G punch.
Mimic.
All his,
What the
all
heck?
of his might.
Oh no, that's unexpected. Big G, what kind of dough
Give me
did you
some
make?
damage, Mr. Big G.
I used to know what's the damage.
Isn't it like, I don't know what yours is actually? That's a great question. As you go about trying to fight this taffy-ish like dough that you previously missed with Big G taming, you see it kind of, it's not necessarily a mimic chest, but the dough itself kind of like opens up these kind of doughish mouths. And it's trying to encompass any and all.
The heck did you make, Big G? This does not look like proper food.
It's not behaving. The dough is not behaving.
No, it's not behaving well at all.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative after we get that damage.
Is
from
it
Big G out.
magical in nature? Can I see? Is it something I could dispel potentially?
This is very, very powerful churro crafting. This is like the OG place where the gods tried to figure out how the Chosen did it. And they forced it in this magical way. Now, Steve didn't grasp it off the top because, unfortunately, I didn't tell Steve because it's not in the fine print, but this is not the original churro facility of Chosen, but this is where they tried to replicate it. And God, did they go through many steps to get even a fraction of what he's accomplished.
Not very powerful gods.
So, because I got a negative initiative, does that actually mean I go first? Because I'm like,
Yeah, first in the next round.
That's a good one.
Now what's happening? You don't even get one
I
this
think
round.
that's accurate. That sounds about right.
You
He automatically gets surprised.
I love that. That's a new homebrew rule. That is such a good idea.
I think that
love
makes
it.
sense.
It's like you're so slow. You're not even in the first round.
That's the first time I've ever seen it, but that's pretty good.
I love it. All right, thank you, Big G. You do 5 points of damage. This dough is thick. I mean, you're punching dough. What do you expect to happen? Bernie, the kitchen is alive. The fire was talking, and now the dough is trying to. I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with that one, but yeah, that's what's happening.
And this mimic thing is the dough.
Yeah, let me just make a picture for you guys real quick. God, imagination is so difficult right now.
No, it's
I know.
fine. It's
I'm just fucking
fine.
with you.
I just was
Yes,
getting
I got you.
clarification.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna try something new.
Did we ever get a short rest after
No,
we got
you guys
blasted
never do
by
any
the
resting.
dragon?
You should have.
Okay.
Didn't
Cool,
I
cool.
give that disclaimer when you joined the team? I was
I
like,
know,
these guys
I
don't
should've-
do any mechanical game systems. They just play. And then they wonder
didn't
why
play.
they die at the end. They play until death. Like, that's it.
Hey, listen, we're playing pretty well right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
We actually figured out some of that poetry you wrote for us.
Honestly, you guys are killing it on the deciphering. I'm very shocked right now with the verses so far. You guys are pulling the right cards.
Yeah, that's impressive for us. We're usually first grade level for all that sort of stuff.
Puzzles, you guys are usually like down the drain. Fuck this. Like we just hit it. Like let's just get through it, guys. No, you guys are really brainstorming this one well.
Wait, so does the dough became?
Surprised we didn't try to just kill all the ghosts.
I know, honestly, I'm surprised no one acted like in a crazy way.
I encapsulate it in a dome here, or a barrier.
Okay.
It's got to do 30 damage to get out of it.
Okay. To the dome.
And then, to the dome from my bow. You just see I fire an arrow, and then it just becomes like a dome around it. And then I am going to How are we all doing? Like, how do we look? I know we've taken some damage, right?
I'm at 72 of 146, so I still got health.
Still got health, but we've all taken a little bit of damage.
Yeah, we think so.
Yes,
So I'm going to cast Healing Spirit.
126 and 174.
Boom. There's a Healing Spirit here now that will continue to heal you guys.
Nice.
Boom.
And that's going to be my turn.
Dome Mimic has arrived.
Now with this dome, can I reach inside, or is it protected?
If he reaches inside, can I bite him? That's the next question.
Yeah, you could theoretically push your way in there. But, well, it's supposed to be 30 damage before it collapses, so...
Yeah, I didn't tell us much. So 30. I mean,
actually, I guess no. Like, you would have to
break
attack
it, right?
the dome. Yeah, you'd have to break the dome. So...
Well, good job, Brittany. Good job.
Maybe we could talk our way out of this.
I like that.
Maybe if we shake it long enough, the dough will become.
See, now we're going back to our normal roots. Here we go.
Okay, you know what? It needs to. And I'm gonna Toll of the Dead it. Is it my turn?
Yeah. My turn is over. So,
real quick, what's the hold on. How's the dome verb it? How's the dome verb real quick? Can spells pass through it?
it doesn't.
I was like trying to read.
I've never used it. That's the entire reason I did this. But
can you click it
once
so we can see
it doesn't allow me to click the barrier as like a description. All it says is once the long rest creates a magical barrier, 30 hit points, 10 feet radius, lasts 10 minutes. That's it.
Choice.
I think technically, like, it was probably designed to be for us. Like, I placed it on us before, but I don't know. I just thought I'd contain it in a dome.
No, I mean, same shit. What is it called? Look something up.
It just says barrier.
Let's see.
Is this on your features? Where is this on your character sheet?
It's my bow. My bow has 2 modes. It's the attack and the defense.
Okay, since I did not consider such, I would consider it as a concealed barrier. Toll the Dead is not a projectile. I would allow. I feel like there's. You know what? I'm gonna allow it this time. I'll figure it out later. Go ahead and cast Toll the Dead. If it was a projectile, it would hit the barrier. I'm gonna just put it that way, plain and simple, right now. If it was material hitting material, it would make contact. But because this is more of a, you look at someone and you're chanting in their head.
Let's see what Toll of the Dead says.
Fair enough. Good point. Good point. There we go.
Let's read it.
Circle around.
You point at one creature, and you can see what the range and the single charm of Dolores spells. Yeah, okay. So then I think it does. Yeah, so
I would let it work. Yeah. Now it has been punched, so it's good. It's been hit.
Needs you into a doughy submission.
It takes D12 damage.
It does. What is it? How many D12?
4 D12, I believe. You're 18, right?
Sure does.
17.
Fuck yeah. 4 D12. That
4 damage.
bit.
On it now.
That bitch takes some
wow.
damage. Oh, just the D's. Just the D's. So, oh my god,
that's
12,
damage.
12, 12, and 3.
Holy smoke.
Holy fuck.
39
dude.
points of damage. That's like all the damage. Just the D's. Just the D's, dude. That's like everything still, but just the D's.
Just a D12, bro.
It's
I
bigger
rolled
than
three
it was
12.
12 inches, by the way.
That was more than 12 inches. That was amazing. That was,
Beautiful done. Beautiful
that was
done.
a few feet.
It's getting beat up. It didn't like that. It didn't like that at all. It's doing okay. It's nowhere near bloody, but it hurt though. That shit hurt for sure. Not fun. Beautifully done, Steve. Anything else?
I am going to, with a bonus action,
A boonies.
a bonus action, I'm
Use
going
that
to
bonus.
cast, I'm not going to do anything. That's bonus. Actually, wait, whoa! I'm a second wind. Get 20 health back.
Very nice.
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Big G. Yeah, there is a barrier. You decide if you understand.
He does not understand what the fuck is happening. And he didn't even think that the dough was like an enemy until everyone attacks it.
Yeah, everyone just started
So-
attacking this dough, and you see the dough reacting like,
Well, because he was like, well, the dough has been misbehaving, so you just kind of assume that just the dough itself. So he's gonna actually punch the whole barrier. Yeah,
you free it.
he's gonna do 2 punches at the barrier.
Nice.
I
Release the
don't
beast.
assume that he's gonna miss.
We can assume. But deal. Do.
I'm gonna roll for it, I guess.
We must. Ba-da-bum.
Since this is a kitchen of the
Roll.
gods, does that mean we're in like the heavens right now?
If you think the gods is heavenly,
I'm just saying, like the gods put this kitchen together, and we were in some other crazy realm, and the key went to that realm, to that kitchen, in the same realm. And we didn't escape the realm, so I feel like we're in some type of godly, heavenly, some like divine realm, or some realm that is of the gods walk.
very plausible, very plausible. But are we? It's soon to be discovered. That hits.
That's total 20 damage.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, he just hit it twice. That's it.
So it's my turn.
Yeah.
You did a total of 20 damage.
Yeah, add to the dome.
Nice. So you helped. Cool. It goes to punch Steve through the dome. Shoot. 17 would have hit, but it hits the dome instead.
Steve looks and kind of like snarls at it.
Now, would you say, Bernie, that if I did more than the dome had, it would continue through?
Most likely, but it would probably reduce the damage by the amount.
Which
as
had
it was
6
going
HP.
through.
Oh no, 10
30.
HP, 10. So no, because he did 20. Big G did 20.
Right.
So
Okay.
19 points of damage comes at Steve.
Could I, because it did hit the barrier and then stops, could I get an opportunity to, like,
No, because we already
get a
debuffed
deck
the damage.
save?
Because it would shatter the barrier
But-
on the way out. So
Yeah, but I would get an opportunity to, like, see that it's coming, right?
Well, I mean, you would
When
see
hits
that
the
it was swinging
barrier,
at you
so
anyways.
I get some time.
No, because it was trying to. It doesn't. The barrier isn't an AC I have to hit for. It's just no matter what goes through it would break through. So its target was you. It did hit you. It just the barrier buffered 10 damage of it, so you only took 19 of the first punch. And with the pseudopod, it doesn't stop there. You are now you're stuck inside the dough. You're now just getting part of the mixture as it goes to overlap you with the second pseudopod to muffle down the rude advantage. It does to cover your nonchalant Shantine with more damage. You guys see Steve.
DM wants Steve dead. This is
You guys just see
this is the reality.
He
hit
did a
the most.
badass bow, and he wants you dead right now.
Steve is
Steve
being
dead.
muffled. Steve is being consumed, and then, unbeknownst to all of you guys, this thing has teeth. But let's see if it bites Steve for any. Oh man! Oh my god!
Double crits, man. That's pretty nutty.
double
I didn't
rainbow.
ask for a legendary item. I was the one that guessed. He gave it. He gave that to, and I just happened to be the right person.
You know, I heard somewhere once that like the worst thing that someone can do is be right.
You guys see Steve getting blended with the dough at this point. Steve was like, I found the key that brought you here. That's right. That's right. You sure found it.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
forced. You're so right, Big G. The DM just hates Steve.
He hates Australia, confirmed.
It's confirmed racist here. Holy fuck.
Reno.
Not-
What did
No, you're
Australia do
so-
to you? What? Show me on the doll where they touched you.
Seriously, I need to sit with the DM and see, like, who do you not hate?
Wait, is it just you?
He's clueless. He's like, wait, am I included? Hold on. Chromatic orb. Ooh, Reno, you fire.
Cold.
Good old
Gotta cool
friend.
it down. Gotta cool it down. Yeah, I think
Good
a
old-
cold dough
Good old
makes it
friend.
harder for the dough to move. Yeah, cool
Fire,
it,
my
yes.
friend. You get a fire, and the mimic has a +4 because it's holding on to Steve.
Oh,
You have to attack first, right? Oh, a 27 hit. Never mind.
He
You're
did,
good.
dude.
Yeah,
He
that hit.
hit,
Yeah. And you did
And it's
6
cold.
points. So 3 of it goes to the mimic, and 3 of it goes to Steve.
Wait,
No,
what?
that's
Why would it go to-
baloney.
Dude, you are part of the dough. You are in the blend. There's no way you're not getting hit with everything that comes into that bitch.
Wait, were you inside the dough, Steve?
Yes,
No,
it took him.
he just
Yes.
this is DM.
He
This is
grabbed
DM
you,
convenience. This
and
is
then
DM
muffled you, and
convenience.
then bit you and blended you in.
DM convenience.
This is a
Can I
mimic.
attempt to?
No, so none of
Can
his
I
attacks said
attempt-
that they actually did any of that, and
The-
he's just DM
if
is
the
DM
mimic-
is DM
If
convenience.
the mimic hits a target, the subject is in its adhesive trait, and that is what I did.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Very good.
Here's to anything it touches. A huge or
Can I-
smaller creature is a huge and grappled.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's it, Reno?
Can
One
I
chromatic orb, that's
use-
all you have.
Can I use-
Steve praised you for all
Yeah.
that you could do, and you dropped 6 points of cold damage. Split. That's
Don't know what to tell you. 3d8s, 6 points of damage. Not sure what happened there. I
Claremont.
laid out the grounds, low expectations.
Yeah,
Please.
The kitchen
Can
is
I,
in
can I use my
overcooked
sculpt spell
danger
to,
mode. Oh, skull. Yeah, I will allow you to
to
sculpt.
try to
Yes.
impart or prevent damage?
It
for
still
Steve?
only takes the 3, but you prevent Steve from taking the other 3.
Perfect.
Because you kind of withhold some of it, basically. You pull it back instead of throwing it all in. Your
Yeah,
sculpt doesn't let you
that's
target,
exactly
it just
why
lets
it
you
rolls
save
really
him.
low.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yep.
Claremont, the kitchen is in the beep mode.
So I'm at negative. So I literally turned around and didn't realize they were all fine. What's that noise back there?
Oh, wait. As you say that, then we go into the next round. Re-roll.
Okay, I'm at the top of the round. I'm first of the next round.
You are, but they all got a re-roll still.
Yeah.
Dear God. Doesn't he still have to reroll, even though he's...
Oh,
No.
grandfathered in.
Well,
He's set,
I'll roll
but
it
that was
for
for the negative. But
all
then
of
at the end of this third round, he has to re-roll, and it could end up
Yeah,
all
I'm not
over.
rolling for this round.
No, I did it just to force you into placement. All right, so that brings us to Claremont leading the pack with struggles as you turn around and see that there is a lot of hiccuping in the kitchen. Y'all had a solid start. You guys are not on the wrong track. Things just went wrong. And 2 nat 20s required a blending moment.
Don't mess up the dough, boys. Don't mess it up. I tried to dispel the magic. It doesn't need to be alive to cook it.
Okay. Roll me a dispel.
What is the roll?
It's a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier. It has to be higher than the spell level.
Okay. Modifier is a +5. Ooh.
Plus 10. So, example level 9 spell, 19 DC.
+10?
No, it's like the DC is 10 plus the spell level. You have to beat that.
Oh.
So you roll a 20. The spell's actually on a level 11 spell. Just kidding. There's only 9 levels in D&D.
Well, I actually rolled a 15 because I added a +10, but I should be a +5.
Fuck yeah, then you lose because it's a 19. It is considered a... no, I'll even go down to a 16. I still beat you because it's a 15.
Right.
Because I only needed the highest final spell. As you cast it, though, as you do, you see the form kind of go to a calm. Steve is like... Then it takes him back. And then it's back alive again. Good try.
Well. Never mind. Keep attacking it.
Steve, you hear...
Tickle it and point and cast Toll of the Dead again.
You're like, there's a tonsil in here somewhere. Cast Toll of the Dead.
Go get it! No!
Meets it, beats it.
Fuck me.
You are now in the drying cycle. Anything else?
Wait. Oh, never mind.
You could try to get out of a grapple, but that's an action.
I already used my action. So no. Bummer. But I'm gonna use my bonus action, second wind, to gain some health back.
Big G has a brain, huh?
I have action surge. I don't have action surge.
My healing spirit.
I used it and we
again,
didn't
too?
rest.
Oh my
and
God.
healing spirit should-
Why are we never resting?
So I don't have any of that, but I appreciate the thought. So 19 plus healing spirit, please, because I finished my turn in healing spirit. This is the first. This is Bernie. The first round I could
Bernie
take.
would
healing
have to roll
spirit.
it. Okay, just making sure you're getting the healing.
Yeah, you have to heal it.
19, yeah,
Roll it
yep,
to make
but
sure that it's
you have to
variable.
roll it. But thanks for bringing it up because I would have totally forgot.
I mean, the butterflies are there, but very valid point.
Is it what, like 2d6?
So, Randall, when we said you had to roll it, we meant you, Bernie, Randall has to roll it.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, but I can't seem to click it. So do I just roll 2d6 or what?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Sorry,
or whatever
I was
it
trying
is.
to...
Yeah. You can do the search chat, healing spirit. And it's going to tell us it's 1d6, but I feel like it should be way more at your level. Unless it's just that.
1d6 spell casting modifier.
Yeah, so
Huh?
1d6.
Oh.
Yeah,
So what's your spellcasting modifier?
probably like
My spell.
6, 7, 8.
Wait, no,
9,
just kidding.
5.
It's
Oh,
changed.
wait, it's changed.
1d6
Hold on.
is correct. 1d6 is correct.
What? That's all it is now? Fuck.
Well, I mean that's not a lot.
It's still
but
good.
at
No
least
action
it's, like,
required,
persistent.
yeah.
Oh God.
It's
A
persistent.
persistent one.
We waited for boop, boop,
Wow.
60 even. There you go, Steve. Yeah, over the
I guess it's better than nothing.
Bernie, from the
That still
bleachers,
kinda
you
sucks.
see. It's because people were abusive about it before. They used to pump it all the time, and then they would cast it out of
Yeah.
combat to get a full minute of healing, which is like 200 something HP when you got the benefits. So I do understand why they did it, because one of them used to do it to me on Tuesdays until they changed it. But Bernie, from outside, I mean, it's still no free action to do it, but from your side of the view, outside the bleachers, you see a lot going on and not a lot of results. In fact, Steve is in the thick of it.
In the thick of it. Good luck, Steve. Oh no.
God.
14, does that hit?
Doesn't.
Fuck.
Bounces around the kitchen.
As long as it didn't hit me, that's fine, I guess. I'm gonna take half the damage, it sounds like.
That one hits.
17.
As Steve
Alright.
hears a, and then slowly and surely a prick takes a part of it. Oh,
You literally hear.
They
Alright,
share
I
it
do
down
30
the middle.
damage to it.
Yep, 15 across
Um,
the two.
Yeah,
That's good.
and then let me see if I've got any bonus that I'm gonna do.
You hit one for one and deal 14. I love it.
Well, that's
I'm helping.
no. He took that. He did.
Yes, they're sharing damage. He's in the thick of it.
Oh fuck! I didn't realize that's what you meant by the thick of it. That he would take damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
I try to be very clear, and he's already.
I just
been
thought
hit.
you meant like that old song, like "Into the Thick of It."
I can't help you, Steve. You're on your own.
All good, man. All good. I'm taking some cruel beatings here.
You're hanging in there, though.
I'm trying my best. I think Claremont was the closest to being on track.
Anything else, Bernie?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You might as well keep
cast
it going, dude. Just keep it going.
Hex on it. That should only
It
target it,
is.
correct?
I mean, he is part of the mix now. It is.
I am
Steve
not.
in the
There
ingredients.
is
She is in the dough.
separation between
That would be a
entities.
different
If the show is
entity.
completed and
It's a
Steve
I
is
get to
totally
killed,
pick the
different
entity.
entity. You picked the entity.
This is true.
Damn.
Oh no.
This is fair. This is fair. Yes, this is fair.
Chad,
Good
what
argument.
did you do to Alex?
I did nothing.
I'm curious too.
I've only done everything to help.
He's been great, actually.
Anyways,
He's been
that's my
amazing.
turn. That's my
This
turn.
is what happens. You get attention, you know?
Oh wait, I get to do disadvantage. Entity
Nice.
DM,
Nice.
which
nice,
is the dough.
Nice. The dough.
Really,
You got
if
it.
you go unconscious.
I
and
am
then
going to put a disadvantage on
Only sometimes.
dexterity saving.
You got it.
Dexterity, I guess. Yeah.
Disadvantage on dex. Cool. Understood. Anything else before we get to Big G?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Big G. You've punched this, and you know that it has been nothing but kneading the dough. It's misbehaving. It's got Steve, and it is teaching Steve how to knead. What are you gonna do from the outside looking in?
Can Big G like completely rip it apart?
You could try. I mean, it's dough, and it's taffy as described, and it's been naughty. But you could do your very best.
Do we pull out the sword? Is the question. Probably not. So can he just like?
You could. I'm not telling you you can't.
Yeah. Can he yank?
It might be
the
Steve's
stone?
toe in that part, but I'm just saying. You
can
can't.
you yank the dough out all off Steve?
You could try. You may try. Yeah. You okay? Are you trying to attack it, or are you trying to athletics, like grappling,
athletics.
yank Steve out?
Yeah.
Okay, give me athletics.
Oh God!
I swear.
You're like, Steve's like, get me the fuck out of here. Every time you get pulled out, but then you get put back in.
Expected more from you, Big G. I thought you had a bit more in you in the tank.
Is thick. It's liking Steve a lot.
I'm
Like,
sure
that's it.
I'm sure the patrons out there
that was
don't
your
want to
action.
have a Steve in there. Churro, help me out here, buddy.
He tried, and that was a little strong.
Anything else, Big G?
That's it.
Its HP is like the ABCs. That's what I'll give you guys. With that, it's the doe's turn. I mean, the doe's got its capture. It doesn't need to focus anyone else.
No.
We're gonna see how many extra ingredients go into this blend, shall we? It goes the kneading Steve. Wait, at advantage. Sorry.
It misses.
At advantage.
That misses.
That was a flat. That was a flat. And it misses. It misses and misses. The first one misses. Steve is like, he's missed it by the blade. It's when the blender's not blending, and it's like, and there's no going on. So we've got some loud noises. You guys think things are going well. And then there's a and as that occurs. What was that, Reno? Oh, growler. Oh, you mean literally. Sorry.
Alright. I'm still alive. Steve's still alive.
Steve takes 27 points. Then
No.
he feels it. I'm gonna reduce it. And you're just about to be a part of the official ingredient list. Reno. Steve is not yelling as much. There's a lot less womp womp. It's more like, and you can't even hear it because it's that depressing. It's that low in E mode. What are you doing?
I'm gonna.
Dad's gone.
No, Pop.
Almost.
Dad. And I'll cast.
All I'm missing is a 4, and I'd have a flush in the amount of HP from the enemy to Steve.
Oh wow. A, B, C. So there's only 3 letters. So I'm gonna cast
there's
Scorching
2 actually,
Ray.
I think.
There's 2. Oh well. No, Scorching Ray is not enough. You think?
I don't know.
Well, I
I
mean,
have
you
no
could
idea.
burn the bread around him, right? I
dough.
thought about doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't know how the DM would play it.
Still hot. He's still got some on him, you know. At the end, the difference is though is that Reno can sculpt it. That's the biggest difference.
20 foot sphere.
I'm just gonna be real with you guys, and me and
Sure.
Steve understand this just through passion. He is not gonna make it through the next round. So you guys gotta, if you roll bad next round, then there's gonna be a trump card somewhere because this shit is looking south.
Looking real
But
bad.
Steve, if you get out of this, there's a reward in the end.
All right,
Very
take a
good,
few steps.
very
I'm
good.
gonna run away. I'll be like, "Pa, you'll be okay. Trust in you." And I'm just gonna close my eyes and huddle in this corner.
Abandoned by youth.
and cast out a fireball.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
it was
okay.
amazing. I wanted to join in that, but I think I'll be within the fireball at this point.
I'm gonna try it again. Didn't go.
Because he can sculpt spells, so but Claremont, you cannot.
You could click place measure template and it'll proc.
Oh, okay. Next time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll sculpt the spell around Steve and
Casting fireball
Claremont
in
and
the
Big G.
kitchen.
I guess the
Give me some
spirit guest is
damage.
gonna be like, "Wow, I'm curious what's going on."
I know. A fire show.
There's something happening in that
Oh,
kitchen.
gosh.
As you go and begin to burn this dough and sculpt around it, immediately so, you see everything fizzle down. The pot tips over, the fire goes out, the beginning recipe's all. Steve there, fried, at 1 HP.
I had more than that.
You had 5.
Yeah, and now you put me at 1.
You took what? You want to take more than 23?
I didn't get. He sculpted the spell.
Yeah, he
I don't
sculpted
take
the
any.
spell, but you fell.
So, fall damage.
That was gone. Yeah, you couldn't save. You were grappled. So I just put you to 1. I could kill you. You want me to roll? Let's just roll. Let's see. If I roll 6, 0. That's an exhaustion point. Oh, 5. You had 5 HP. Fuck. Yeah, not you suck. You wanted it. Bam. Now you got an extra point of exhaustion. Life just got harder when you wake up. You're sleepy. You guys see Steve?
No,
Wee, with the bruised eye and punched ribs, and he's all full of unnecessary extra ingredients and not even the cinnamon. He's not even sweet. He's just messed up dough at this point. And you guys have to start over.
I did something to DM, and I'm not sure what I did, but I did something to him.
You were just the one who threatened the dough the most. Big G's punches were non-threatening. Like, that was like, yeah, need me, bitch. But you were like, go for the kill. And it was like, this is dangerous. You were hurting it. But Big G wasn't, so they didn't see a threat. Big G helped it also by busting that barrier up. Nonetheless, you guys now are at 0. You must start over.
Yeah, we need dough again.
Oh.
Big G, you mind starting us over here? Because Steve there seems to have fallen asleep and eaten all the dough.
Oh, Big G sometimes falls asleep after
Steve,
eating
can I get a
pop.
saving throw for your death save?
Yeah, what do
Wait, are we stabilizing him at all?
No, no one's
No one's
It's gonna be the
stabilizing.
skull on the bottom.
I'll go over there and stabilize him.
No,
I'm
not
gonna
yet.
see if
He
he's got a
first
potion on
rolls his
that I can-
first save. He rolls his first
Where's
save.
my?
before-
Is
It's
it a
underneath.
con?
It's a little skull beneath the ribbon of your
Oh, I
hit
found it.
dice.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I see it. So I just roll the skull.
Yep.
Oh, -4. Oh, that's a death.
Oh, nice, okay.
That's a death roll. No, I don't.
Damn.
I have 2 points of exhaustion.
Where's the -4 from? Oh.
Gets 2 points of
Wait,
exhaustion.
but you shouldn't have the second point of exhaustion yet until you get up, right?
I don't know. It's
Doesn't
up
matter.
to
I mean,
them.
sure, I'll be nice.
But
be
it doesn't
nice.
matter,
Even
I
then,
still
you still
fail.
fail. Yeah, you still fail
Still
at night.
fail.
It doesn't matter at this
Yeah,
point, right?
but
still
I'll be
fail.
nice.
I'll,
I'll be nice
go
because
to-
it's when he wakes up, he gets exhaustion. You're right. You're right.
He'll be fine when he wakes up.
Oh. Yeah.
Everything's
I'll
gonna be
Go over there and be like,
alright.
Dad, no, and I'll just shake and grab, look for the good berries that he ate.
Okay, wait.
He
Did you
has
say
stats on
shake
it.
him? Last time
Make
someone
him
did that,
going.
they killed the guy.
Oh. No, I mean I'm just like, like a toddler shaking a leg.
That's aggressive. Kids hurt. I'm just being real. You should know. That's
Okay,
the most lethal
my
way of
toddler's
taking
only 2
someone
years
out.
old, so it's not that aggressive.
You're gonna feel it real quick. Nonetheless, you gotta. So you go to stabilize him. You find a good berry and just kind of you get him. You comfort him, and then you pocket. You put a good berry into his mouth, and as you do, Steve, you choke up.
Before I put it in his mouth, I'm gonna
Nope.
be like, you're gonna call me son after this, right? Right, Pa? Blink
He's
once
passed
if you
out.
want
He
to get
can't
better.
answer.
You get nothing,
no,
dude.
it's fucking blackmail.
You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. He's dead.
Yeah,
He's
he doesn't know that
unconscious.
he's a child. He's a child. A child's forgiveness.
So Steve's gonna just,
You choke
he's
up
gonna-
and you're just like,
I'll put it in his mouth and I'll just like close his mouth. I'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought. Cool.
Steve's gonna keep laying on the ground.
All right.
But he's gonna be.
Get this fire back on.
He takes a deep breath. And he just lays.
So, Big G, do you start back at step 1?
I guess so. I mean, what else can we do?
Not much. It's just whether or not someone else does it. Now, mind you, this is going to be your second time doing a skill challenge, which means you cannot help with another.
God damn it.
Oh,
Four.
can I go up to the dough, the remnants of the dough, and see if
There is none.
I can cast mending on it?
It's gone.
Oh, okay.
All right. He's gonna do the second one.
Okay. Big G is now off the table until this part is done.
Okay.
Crawl out of the way.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nada. Just kidding. It's enough. You again slap that. You now prepare in hesitance of it kind of. You're just like ready. The moment you see kind of move, you just. You give it a good knead and you break this one down into a much better behavior. You even kind of.
seen those like cooking video of people like thirst trapping like shredded man who's like playing with the food.
Okay.
Okay, I'll find one. But go on. Sorry.
Go on. Yeah, I have no clue. But you handle it well. And it comes to the second step. Someone must yet again tame the flame.
I'll give it a shot again and try to persuade the guy. Just be
I'm
like,
down.
oh, you want to do it?
You got this. You good.
Oh, okay. I'll be like, oh my gosh, did you see that fire? My palm died. And see, he was about to
Yeah, I
die
saw
like
that
me
fire,
or
and that
on me
was
as son again.
your fire, not my flame. I want you to know that we keep a controlled
know.
environment in this kitchen. You mess up on the fourth phase,
I
and it will blow
know.
the entire kitchen into a flame no one can avoid.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Do you mind doing it again?
I'm gonna give you this one pass because I saw what happened to the poor fella there. I'm just gonna let you know that if you all keep this up, you're gonna become part of this just the same as many have.
Not sure what to do with it. I'm just gonna like drop my jaw and just be like, oh. That's it.
Well, it's heated. You may go on to the next step. Back to
Thank
the
you.
shaping the spiral. Who wants to handle it this time?
It didn't work so well when I tried to magic it. Maybe it needs to be kneaded by hand. Not by these hands.
No, hold on. Before you guys make that same mistake, because I guarantee you it will be either the same or worse or similar sense of danger. I'm gonna go get another beer because you guys have driven me to the state. Please decide what you do next carefully. Give me an Arcana check real quick, Claremont, and I will drop you a clue before I leave.
Okay, awesome. That'd be
At
great.
advantage, because you're not dumb, you're just slow.
I also have advantage on Arcana checks.
Doesn't really matter with the 1, but you get to a 12, and with the 21, not a bad boost. 3rd level or higher, in relatance to the goal, you are trying to spiral a churro. That is the goal. Okay? 3rd level or higher minimum, anything less is retaliate, or another way of handling it to reach the same goal.
Last time.
That's not the point. It wasn't the goal.
I'll do it again.
It was the choice in how you directed it.
Gotta spiral it.
So, but real quick, if you do choose to take that lead, I want everyone else to consider the 4th step and the 5th step. The 4th step has to do with placing the churro into the oil. A drop with grace will be the biggest hint. That goes wrong, the whole kitchen goes kaboom, as previously hinted by the flame just now. The 5th step is about how to cinnamon, the right amount, because we all know that cinnamoning is a cause of unnecessary debris. Keep those in mind. Discuss them. I'll be right back.
What am I supposed to do?
So I think sorry. One of
Cast a
those.
spell. Just cast a spell.
Cast the spell again? Because that's what I mean. Last time I said I'm gonna do spiral churros and didn't turn out so great. Whatever. let's
Does
do
he
it again.
mean like make a ring of like a churro ring instead of a spiral?
That's not. But I guess maybe.
Maybe we just have to actually try to manually do it.
Yeah. Maybe we have to do it manually.
I think so.
Well,
But yeah, I mean,
what did
like,
he say about like it's gonna be like dexterity?
I think it's dexterity.
Okay, not me.
And then
I'm negative.
the fourth one's also dexterity too. You
Yeah,
have to
I
like
think
carefully
like,
drop it in.
cinnamon-
You can't just like plop it in.
yeah,
I
cinnamon
got
part is
magic
probably
for that.
intelligent.
You can do it. Let me do the next
What's the
one.
last
You got
one?
somebody else do the dexterity of the twirl. I don't think I'll do a good job.
I now have -4 on rolls, so
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Bernie probably has the highest one.
Bernie, are you dexterous? You're dexterous, right?
he's the next dexterous.
I'm fairly dexterous. Yeah, I mean, I think Steve is the most dexterous, but you know, I'm 16.
Yeah. Steve is dead basically, so he's gonna just hang out.
No, you got this, man. Just pick one, like maybe the cinnamon or something, whichever one you think you'd want to do.
Does any one of you have an enhanced ability?
Oh, got this. Don't worry, I'm back up. I'll give it a go. I'm missing 2 fingers. It took a bit at me, but I think I got it.
Steve, do you know what Steve does to like make the dough so mad at Steve?
Yeah,
I
I
think he
think
said
it was
something about
because
sleeping with his mother.
I slapped it a little, and then this one here cast a spell, and I think it pissed it off. But we'll give it a go.
You know, most dough doesn't complain when I just shape it and eat it, but this one's pretty upset.
I don't know why my brain is like thinking of something dirty, but like, yeah.
I was sticking things in it, but usually it's okay with that too.
I'm gonna cast. Oh, that was a bad one. 16, so I'm at 17. Yeah. Okay.
And the healing spirit is still on. It's on for like another 8 rounds.
Oh yeah, healing here. By the way, healing spirit is on for another 8 rounds.
That's
So
cute.
Can we get our healing spirit? Can we get that?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll say you can
my
roll it
D6.
twice in between every moment because I'd say it takes
So
12
it's-
seconds for you guys to jump to the next step. Unless you're trying to buff it all out now. You want to buff it all out now and wait till the next step?
Like
talking
How many
we
would
just
that be?
wait.
When you want to wait or you want to heal? Because you're not in combat anymore.
Well, then
So
I
you
just
can use
leave
it all up.
running, so we just keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
So go ahead and max out
DM
the rolls.
Steve is gonna.
How many rolls would I do?
How many rounds would it last?
It's 8 more.
So then 8 more d6.
So 86.
And then you can distribute.
I thought there's anyone in that spirit.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I guess
We
technically,
all- we
yeah,
all
that's what I
get it.
mean, though. If you wanted to move it, but it's not it's a single spot, isn't it? Only 5 feet.
Yeah, I just leave
Yeah.
it there. If
On
you
Steve?
need
Okay.
healing, go to the
Steve
magical
gets
healing
32.
spot.
He just sucks. So okay, my question though is, does Steve suck it up or does he share and hug the circle?
It's
Everyone
supposed
gets
to. Oh, I don't know.
No, it's a
Well,
single
no,
5
he's
foot
asking
spot.
like, "Are you a dick?" He's asking.
So if you stay
But
there,
it's a-
Steve, you're the
it's-
only one who gets it.
Oh, okay.
It's
never mind.
whoever he moves it to. technically.
Oh, then I just leave
in
it
the
on
space.
Steve because Steve is the most injured.
Yeah, and
so-
Steve would need it. I just want to make sure that's what everyone
alright.
agrees to.
Sure, if that's what you want to do. Fine.
Okay, so then Steve gets 32, and really no one else needs it. You're the only one who needs HP. If anyone else needed it, that was a dick move. But,
Yeah.
So Steve gets 32, and you're still looking worse than the entire team.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go back to step 3 and trying to spiral the dough. Dexterously do it.
You're gonna do it? Oh fuck!
You go about handling it. Can you give me a brief description on how you handle this dough?
Take the dough. I separate a portion in a foot length, if you will, and I try to start twisting. But I do it in increments, if you will. So I don't take it and just like twist from one end. I go twist, 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 twist each part until I twist the full foot length.
Okay.
But while I'm doing it, I'm putting grooves in it to match what a churro groove would look like.
Okay.
So you get those individual churro grooves. So you get that star shape.
Okay. So you want to rise like a souffle denied collapse, and you handle this churro like a mastermind with the purpose and intent of making it how you imagined it as you were blended a part of it. If I was going to be a part of it, it should be this way. And this is what Steve whips together and throws in. Go ahead and give me that sleight of hand. And let's see where you
It's
get.
the worst of my all decks.
Wait,
You
there's-
said dexterously. Like, how are you going?
I
to
know
do
it's
this
the worst of my
without your
decks. I
hands?
don't have an advantage. I don't have advantage on sleight of hand.
And no one wants to
It's like
give
my
you a guidance.
worst.
It's the best friends of everyone. Like, your team is the best.
They are.
I'll do a performance to inspire him if I can.
Well, you want to help? Now you want to help? Go for it. What's your performance?
I'm going to do what I call the spiral dance.
Give me a performance check. It's a damn good dance. As per usual.
Spires.
In case
Spires.
Big G and Reno didn't know, Bernie has always passed his performance with 20 pluses. That is where he excels, and he has found himself in that self-discovery through his adventures.
The true
Oh,
Henry. The true Henry
Yeah.
right here.
I'll be
Alright,
right back,
Steve.
guys.
You get an advantage to your sleight of hand because you feel the guidance.
I haven't even looked. The team.
I'm
Got
still
negative
rebar.
4.
You can eat it again.
You what?
Nope, it's not how you twist your hammer. You gotta twist it like you do yourself.
God, okay. Do I roll it again? At
Mhm.
advantage?
Ah,
just one
so very
more?
barbs. It's only one more die technically.
Yeah, you don't get an advantage, but I figure, yes, that's why we do this. Nice.
You go about it. You handle it in a way where it does not hold and yield perfection, but it does not retaliate. You get past this round, but you do not excel this round, which is totally fine. You got 6 rounds. 1 mediocre is not bad. Not bad.
Mediocre? What are you talking
Yeah.
about? That would have been a 25 without my exhaustion.
Sorry,
That's a
real
20.
quick. Let's discuss real quick
That's
aloud.
real good.
Everybody at the same time on the count of 2, okay? Because no one listens till 3. At the count of 2, say your level aloud. 1, 2.
3?
What's your level? What's your level?
Oh, 18.
Oh my God! What
17.
is your level? 17 and 18 and 20 is high to you? Get the fuck out of the ballpark. and come play in the big
I
leagues.
have 2 points of exhaustion.
That's
That
not
would've
my
been a 20.
fault. That's
It
not
is.
my fault.
Actually, that
You might
is
have
your
passed
fault.
if you weren't exhausted. Don't work under these conditions. Take a long rest. Not my fucking problem.
We can't. We can't.
You could have. I
We're
said-
screwed.
I never
Before,
said you could.
we do a dungeon without any rest.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Steve walks off. Steve
You
walks
can't
off
even get
and he
the first
starts
order up.
and he starts taking a short rest. As my part is done.
That's just hit die. Unfortunately, it will not recover from an exhaustion. If you choose,
it'll still get me HP points.
Yeah, you may do so. If you may do so, yeah, go for it. Next up is step 4: drop with grace. Who takes on the challenge?
Oh, I'll take this. Mage hand.
I'm not even gonna do it.
It won't be me. And then I'm gonna have also my unseen servants grab it simultaneously. Yeah. They're all gonna slowly. They're gonna put their hands in the oil. That's how slow they're gonna go.
Okay. You got it.
So slow the dropping that these things, the mage hand will burn up, and the unseen servants will die as they slowly put it into the oil. They'll just let their hands melt. You took the short rest. You're just sleeping.
Okay, did we discussed your palanquin though? Technically, without the unseen servants, does it float?
Yeah, it does.
So it sinks an inch without them pushing it up of their equal weight, because as they touch it, they all vanquish.
Well, then I'll have to.
Like, none of them live through the interaction of the oil, just putting it very clear. As your mage hand goes and drops the first one with a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand?
It's dropping a churl in oil. What do you think?
They're not dropping it. They're just.
Oh, the mage hand is gonna go in too?
It goes in.
Oh, the mage hand.
It just slowly descends into the oil. I let all the things die in exchange.
Yeah, those took damage. Yeah, those take damage naturally. Mage hands avoid such things. Go for it. They place it in. As they do.
Uh-oh. Magic's hard.
You see churls boiling properly. Mage hand is a safe glove.
Oh,
you pull it out when it's perfected. You put it on the cooling rack, and now it waits for dust.
Worked.
Now that is your second participation. You are now out.
What was his first, by the way?
Huh? His first was the first time doing the shape the spiral.
Yeah, I failed at that one.
He failed. That's caused the mimic to appear. It was his fault that you got destroyed.
Bernie wants to dust them.
Bernie approaches.
Do I see like powder?
You see cinnamon? Yeah, you got it all there. It's all prepared. You just got to dust them.
Okay, I dust them.
Okay. You try to dust it initially.
Flourish as I try to throw it on there.
As you go to try to flourish it, you see all the churros roll to one side away from the dust.
I try to convince them not to roll away from.
How do you convince them?
I could try to do a performance of a dusting, or I could try to.
Now you use the word persuade. How would you use your words to persuade them, or actions?
Well, I've always been better with dancing than words, so I'm going to try to use the cinnamon and sugar and self and show how wonderful it is to be coated.
So you may roll a persuasion at advantage.
It's not my strong point, but I will do my best.
Nice.
Nat 20.
They lay themselves out for you, and as you start dusting, they even shift. You end up getting the perfect coating across the board. You coax them into the ultimate receptiveness. As you do your performance, you even start like kicking like the bass bottom, and you see the pan pop, and you see the churros pop and dance and rotate as you're dusting, and there's just this glimmering perfect sheen of dust. There's only one final piece to all of this. But before it happens,
man, I think it's your turn.
You all huddle together. and then you all hear something unique. Now imagine you guys come into a group huddle of senses. For whatever reasons and purposes, you all just bring yourselves together and say, is that it? As you look over the churro, the first of many that will be perfected because you figured it out. And then you all hear, let me come and test that one out. A spiritual, massive, boorish individual just barrels in through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, in full width and size and all. And goes, oh, let's get this one tested. Hey, you! Oh, Garland, get over here. You're not going away without testing these two. We weren't the forefathers of great taste for nothing. Gallant, just as spiritual as Full Belly Hamilton pops into the wall. Marge, how would you grunt yourself in to witness the... Hold on. Not bad, actually. So far, I mean, overall, it was 5 out of 1 failure. So out of 6 challenges, they only failed 1. Or not even failed, it was like a baseline. It's not a perfect churro, but it's goddamn close to what you've done. And these are basic peasants to your I would March fail. Looking at this churro.
I was taken from Two Brain Lady to be here. Not sure I okay with this.
It ain't perfect, is it? I don't think so either. Something seems off about it. Doesn't feel...
Who needed bread? Who twist bread?
Yeah, who touched the bread in this awful manner?
Point man sleeping in the corner over there. He's sleeping off the twist.
It was a team effort, but yeah, definitely
No.
sleeping.
It's not about the team effort. It's about who fucked this part up. You see, in cooking, there's called steps. And you follow steps. And you come out with the food. There ain't no misstep or skipping step. There is the only way to cook it. And this is not the way.
Chosen would look out over each person and you would see who like diverted their eyes from him at that moment to see who like fucked up that one step. Obviously it's Steve. Not okay. Most important step. All steps. And this one just as important in those stall steps. Must be
so
smited.
Is the answer 3? The third step?
Chosen.
Third step.
Third step. Chosen smite Steve.
Oh, no. I knew the answer was 3.
Oh no.
That's so good. The third step's the most important. All right, go ahead and give me 20 d20.
You're smiting your own character.
That's what Chosen would do.
That's the Chosen way.
He fucked his recipe up.
Oh my god!
Whoa. What kind of smite is that?
Because he fucking ascended. I forgot about that. Holy fuck.
Steve immediately falls again. Goes unconscious. That's another point of exhaustion when you wake up. You're now unconscious yet again. You get taken out, but
it's what
the churros
happens
are almost
when you
ready
mess
to
Chosen churro up. Let me fix.
You see Chosen go about holding it, and ironically, he straightens it out. And it is now the perfect Chosen churro because the Chosen churros were not spiraled. And I kept hinting that these were not Chosens. And yet you made them anyways.
We followed the directions, Dick.
And the directions were teaching you the right way, but yet poor handling is what it is at the end. But it's okay. It's okay. We got there. And we're going to hold it there because the next step is going to be another thing altogether. You must deliver enough churros to the guests as you make more to meet the demands. You have now figured out how to make them. Now you must deliver them, and that comes in its own altogether. That will have a special little mechanic that I have been working on, and hopefully you guys will find it fun. You'll have time to study it in advance and discuss it, and we can maybe tweak it, etc., if necessary. And I will try to provide general examples of how it should generally work so you understand it with visual sense.
Nice.
But we are going to minimize our own overcooked version of churro making. Congratulations. I was going to go way further and do the whole chosen menu, but I was like, that's way too difficult. I was like, it's going to be hard just to understand one. I don't want to do them all, but I had them all ready. I had beef stroganoff. I had chosen, I had them all. I was like, dude, chosen made such a whole fucking menu of stuff that I never lost it. So I was so ready to go nuts. And I was like, we'll just do the churro. Maybe add a couple toppings. We'll see. Very nice. Very nice.
Technically, it's still a -4.
Wait, the -6 doesn't count. Do the negatives count on death rolls?
Only if it already stacks. Yeah, you're only on -4.
So
You
a
get the
negative,
six
yeah. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
I closed it.
He died. Steve's dead.
No! What happened? What was the roll?
Nat 1.
That's not real.
And that one?
No one helps him. You guys are just staring at the dude on the floor.
No, I mean, I don't have.
I thought you said you're ending.
Yeah, we were stopping the session. No, we were stopping the session. He's not dead yet. We weren't
Pretty fun though. That was pretty fun.
It would have been bad. Sometimes they like to decide.
That was non-meta. Steve didn't die in meta.
Steve would have died. Not canon.
Exactly.
Not canon. You know that if you guys didn't act, he would have died, and it wasn't because I wanted to pick on him. It was just because he just punched him the hardest. He was the biggest threat, and the mimic though didn't want to go down. But I hope you guys had a blast. Congratulations on learning the second origin of the churro recipe, and understanding that 2 are the judges. Some of you do or do not remember Hamilton Full Belly. All of you guys know who the chosen is. And I am glad to always bring back oldies and favorites and origins of where things come from. So if you didn't understand and respect the churro, I hope you do now. And we will see each other.
Blessed, man.
That's way better now.
2020. Great. That's amazing.
I do that when I was alive with Chosen. Only when it comes to smiting my own characters.
Yeah, not
Good night.